praise you, Most High. Yeah, that sound good, y'all. Hello. What we doing?
Hey, cook that up, Kali.
We still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still. They said you got the call, they tryna blackball you. Play what they own, bro. You can't blackball a boss. The whole world, they hate Israel. The way you hate your neighbor, might as well pull the trigger on yourself. You know we get excited by the smoke. Every day we casting flesh. Save my treasure stored in heaven, we gon' blow the rest. They disrespected and we check the bank that causing kept it still. They asking others about my business, but I ain't got no instant miss. See, I still deal with ox direct. Cause your person don't mean you respect. Your outlet don't get no credit if the ox ain't in it. Money answer all things and you got all these questions. Playing Vic. Look, I employ slavery. I'll give you broke your head. Yeah, them crews in the hood, Jews in the hood. I caught them clues, now I'm good. I broke it down, he understood my all to you. Filtered through, you found a few, I'm good. We what we sold, this here exclusive. They like, hey, folk, look what you doing. We still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still. Most I told me, be still, give a room to work. Know my movie work. Your faith ain't good, don't put the work in. In the spirit flexing, that my day job. Getting the mode out my own, I don't know what they are. Before I got the blueprint, and I'm too legit to quit. Let it spark in the dark, be a light, got it lit. Tryna map my movement, got my haters pondering. The ops set the question there, they wanna know if you still lit. It hit different, you authentic, a lot of ops pretending. We do it for the Lord, got my own motion, who are you to judge? Look, Most High first, none above. Take in the spirit, we locked in, they'll come against your plot. You know Judas said, yeah, we spit them scripts, they barely now. Came on slave ships, then you not blind. You know they tell you every Isaiah 30:20, yeah, we bad. You see what happened when they tried to rail the train up off the track. False witness, hypocrite. We throw shots back, now they feel hit. Must go get it. We still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still.
Well, all right. Once again, putting it down for you and yours. This is another episode of The Lion's Den, talking about what's on your mind as the conversation continues. We give an honor to the loving Lord in Christ, from whom all positive thoughts flow, and we're always forever thankful for the lioness, the woman of the house, the keeper of the house of The Lion's Den, Sister Karima, for allowing us to come here and lend the weight of our statesmanship on this great social media platform, The Lion's Den. And we are your host, Brother Malachi, Big Baby Hebrew, along with the man always ready to talk raw, Yeshaya Dar. And we here on The Lion's Den always ask the critical question: aren't you tired of being lied to? Well, if so, welcome. Okay? And as always, when you come into The Lion's Den, in the spirit of I am manner, we want you to wipe your feet, mind your manners, conduct yourself in an orderly manner, and enjoy yourself. And as always, the Lion's Den rolls with the 7 eyes. And that is always intelligence, integrity, inspiration, influence, independence, insight, and information. And it's always the pride. You roll with the pride here in the Lion's Den. Because we're always permanently ready and destroying evil, starting with our own. And that's right, we're also the anti-coon movement. We don't do coon here. And what's a coon? A complete, obvious, obedient, yes, a boss ninja. But also, here in the Lion's Den, this is also the home of no bias, none whatsoever. And when we disagree among ourselves, we go into what is called point and counterpoint, leaving you, the listener and watcher of the show, to make your own decision and choice upon all information being presented. So without further ado, now that we got all the formalities out of the way, Yeshaya Dar, my brother, as the conversation continues, what's on your mind?
What's on my mind is the election. People went out there to vote, and a lot of people's dreams are going to be crushed by the results. Donald Trump. Well, a lot of people wondering why I came up with that title. Well, you got to be of age to understand and hear that title of Humpty Dumpty, but I changed it into Trumpty Dumpty. See, Trumpty Dumpty sat on a wall, which is America, and Trumpty Dumpty will have a great fall. America is going to fall. Look at this man. Do you think that this man can hold it down? I mean, can he hold anything down? I don't think so. Within the coming years, months, we're going to see what's going to happen or transpire under his administration, his watch. Because I think it's all going to go to pot. I think America is doomed very soon. Because this man is too damn simple and ignorant. Every time he opens his mouth, he makes a fool of himself. He puts his foot in his mouth. But he is the savior to white people of this country. A lot of white people in this country really believe in their heart that Donald is the man. He's the one going to bring them back. He going to make them great again. You never was great from the beginning. If anything was great about America, we made it great. Not y'all. See, he want to turn the clock back to like the Jim Crow era. Hell, if he could turn the clock back to when we were slaves, he would do that. He wants us to go backwards, not forward. He wants us to go back where we used to sit in the back of the bus. That's what he's talking about. You can't come in this lunch counter and all that. That's what he really means. He's supporting that white supremacy to the highest level. Well, white supremacy is about to disappear. And so will he. America is on a time clock. God got the watch, and he know what time it is. And when he says time, believe me when I tell you, it's time. And we getting closer to the end of this evil empire. If y'all been watching the news, hurricane just hit Oklahoma, tore them out the frame. Spain got hit with floods. Valencia, the city of Valencia is tore up. Now Barcelona is getting tore up. Prophecy is leaping off the pages as we speak. It don't matter if she got in, it wasn't going to make it no better. But we got to prepare ourselves for really what the hell is going to go down here. See, he's going to be pushing forth some agendas because they only put him back in office because he most likely will obey it this time. He didn't want to obey the last time, but he will obey this time. He will. So it's an open discussion. Whoever want to come on and talk about the election, you can. So I'm gonna let Malachi come back in and speak his piece. No, Apostle, you in? You can come on, speak your piece. What you got to say about that election?
No, I'm gonna go ahead and pass to my brother, Baby Hebrew.
And my dear elder, and my dear elder apostle, I do thank you very much, because see, I got a lot to say. And on this case, my brother, Yeshaya Dah, we're going to have to go point, counterpoint. Because see, I got no problem giving anybody their just due. Donald J. Trump, the DJT, once again has ascended to the presidency of these United States of America. Okay? And the bottom line is, he far from simple. Dude, the most consistent businessman on the planet Earth. Okay? We're talking about determination, focus, and the resolve. Somebody mute the mic to hang on and go back into the lion's den, no pun intended, but the lion's den of the political arena of America, and once again, against all odds, straight Tupac Shakur, against all odds, 21 gun salute. Okay, the man survived 3 assassination attempts, and has once again, through all the rigmarole of a prosecution, a bogus prosecution, I'm going to add, and everything else, has once again, I'm going to run that into the ground, once again, proven the art of the deal is absolutely real, and has pulled it off. All right? Straight ambitions of a rider. And he is the president, whether you like it, in your mortal word, or Ric Flair, whether you like it or not, believe it or not, or accept it or not. Woo! The DJT Express right about now is the best thing going in this great society known as America. Now, I'm not for Donald J. Trump, but see, I'm also someone who's not going to take from anybody whether I like him or not. Okay? He came through every aspect of what the Democrats, it's what we call dirty politics, threw at him, and still made it stick. And you know what? You are right, Yeshaya. You and I are on the same page in the area of where this country's headed. But I'm still not, but on the counterpoint, because I like the underdog. I like when the person that you know is being piled up on perseveres and comes through. Now, his policies, they look shady. They appear shady. All right. But understand, he didn't get the only reason the cheat machine, because see, my prediction was that Kamala was going to win. They were going to pull out the cheat machine once again, but I was wrong. I guess all the powers that be must have sat back and really gauge what was going to transpire, what could have popped off at this moment, at this time, had some underhandedness transpired. Okay, because believe me when I tell you, the crash out right about now is very real. Okay, but Donald J. Trump is far from being simple. Far from that, my brother. Okay, and what we have to do now, but of course I do agree, we better brace ourselves for what is coming. So now, Elder Apostle, I just want to lay down my gauntlet. We're gonna get it in, but I want you to give your flavor to this, recipe that we are now laying out right now. Go.
Yeah, I had to unmute. Forgot my TV was on in the background. I got calls early this morning from both of my sons. Both of my sons. You see them right there on the picture with me in the middle. That's my two sons. One's 45 and the other one's 26. Yeah, they pretty spread apart. I think they make almost 15 years apart. But I got calls from both of them because both of them, even though the youngest is a Hebrew, he supported Donald Trump. I don't know how, but he do. The oldest support Donald Trump. And I got calls very early this morning. Pops, I told you. So I ate a little egg flavor because I said that Kamala was going to win. That's what I said.
Apostle, I told you.
Yeah, you called me. Yeah. I said Kamala was going to win. And I think if not for some trickery, she would have won. If not for some trickery, she would have won. What kind of trickery am I talking about? I'm talking about the burning of ballot boxes. I'm talking about bomb threats in Black areas. But I can't hold because actually a lot of Black people supported Donald Trump, to my surprise. And then not to my surprise, but you know who really came out for Donald Trump? Immigrants. Them same ones that he accused of crossing the border. Those Mexicans in cities, according to the exit polls, they got Donald Trump elected. The same ones he talk about.
Hey,
That's some
Apostle.
strange stuff to me.
Hey, Apostle, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you. I didn't mean
And
to
I
cut
only
you
say
off.
that because you interrupted my bill. But
Yeah, part of matter of fact, you can finish. I answer you now.
no, go ahead. Ask your question.
Do you think it's beneficial for us to be on the same side as the evangelical Christians and the Zionist Jews?
Do
As
you
far as
think it's
Trump.
beneficial?
Yeah, as far as Trump.
I tell you, when I think about the Zionist Jews and the evangelical Christians, I want to be as far away from them as I possibly can be.
But those are Trump main supporters. Those are the ones, AIPAC, Kofi.
Right. That's why I said I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not a Kamala Harris supporter. I'm not a voter.
Who you
I'm
think is
just
more
surprised.
beneficial for Black? Which candidate you think is more beneficial for Black people?
Neither one of them.
Neither one. It's not a matter the lesser of two evils for me. Both of them is bad. It's just that one is going to get us to our final position quicker than the other. It's like the difference from
What's our final position?
I'm gonna put it this way. If Donald Trump has his way, now the first thing he's going to do, because they're already talking about it, is reversing this court battle that he has ahead of him. If he had not won, they're going to take care of that first. And second, I think Donald Trump said a few things. He said to Christians, go ahead and vote because you won't have to vote again. I would not put it surprised if Donald Trump does not go after the foundation that this country is founded on. That's that is the Constitution.
I mean, if you look at most of his cabinet, it's filled with Christians and Zionists. So I think most of his policies will be based primarily centered probably around the Bible.
Donald Trump is not a Bible thumper, brother. He's an opportunist.
I mean,
Donald
then he
Trump don't
had then
he doesn't even know
then he have Bible. Then he have
Christian
Bibles.
a logo,
Wasn't he selling?
huh?
Wasn't he selling Bibles
Yeah, he
with a
signed
logo
this.
on it?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He signed. He promoted. They sold him for $100.
Yeah,
Bibles with
I
his
don't think
name
a
in it
Muslim. I don't think a
and with the
Muslim would be
Constitution
selling a.
in it.
I don't think a Muslim would be selling a Torah for $100.
Not a Muslim, man. I never said he was a Muslim.
No, would you say he wasn't a Christian? So why
But
would he be
and
selling
a
Bibles?
Muslim would not sell a Torah for $100
Yeah, that's what I'm
because he's
saying. So
too sincere for that.
why would Trump be
Would you
selling
sell the
Bibles if he's
Bible
not a
for
Christian?
$100?
No, I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Christian.
No, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I wouldn't put my name in the Bible and sell it and manipulate people with it just to make a buck.
Maybe he's
I
targeting
wouldn't do that.
his core audience by selling Bibles.
No. He's putting money in his pocket because he spent a lot of money defending himself that he had to make back up. Donald Trump lost a lot of money. If you didn't learn anything, you learned that he didn't have liquid in terms of money liquid as people thought he might have had. He couldn't pay what the court was telling him to pay to keep from going to jail. He didn't have it, or he would have put it up. He didn't have the money. Yeah, you got to stop listening to what you hear and listen to what you don't hear. When you see him putting his name on a Bible and putting the Constitution in the pages and then selling it, what else was he selling?
I think sneakers, a couple other memorabilia.
Yeah, I mean, how
But
many candidates you ever see sell pedal stuff?
true, but my thing is his core audience is the evangelical Christian, especially in the Bible Belt states.
Evangelical Christians, his core is odd thinking. Do you know what Project 2525 is? 2025 is?
Yeah. I
Did you look at
I got a
Project
basis. I got a
2025?
basis of it. I read some of it.
You read some of it. Are those your ideas?
No, but it seemed like an evangelical idea. It seemed they're trying to implement different.
Oh, that's an evangelical idea to attack Social Security,
I mean, one of their main
to
causes.
to
One
attack
of their main causes
health care.
is to implement. I mean, one of their main causes to implement Christianity more integrated more to the education system, like the Ten Commandments in every classroom, and if I'm not mistaken,
So you
different
think
holidays
that's
and
good?
stuff like that. Huh?
Do you think that's good?
No, I think church and state should be separate.
Yeah, yeah. Agree. Why?
Because that goes against the Constitution.
Is that the only reason? Why does it go against the Constitution?
It'll get a church more too much power.
And what does that do?
I have no elaborate. Elaborate. Could elaborate.
Do you know what the blue law is?
Nah, I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, the blue law is the Sunday law. That Sunday will be nationalized throughout this country, set aside for a day of worship.
Are you against that?
I'm against anybody telling me what day I have to worship on. Yeah. You're not?
Who, me? Am I against it?
The blue law says that on Sundays, you can't work, you can't shop, all things that's been set aside for those basically
Kind of
who
like the
believe
Sabbath.
in Sabbath worship. They would not be able to do on a Sabbath day. They would have to do it on Sunday. You think that's right?
Nah, I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right.
Do you think it's right that one particular religion or one facet of Christianity is promoted above all other facets of Christianity?
Not at all. But when we support Trump, this is what we kind of support, though.
Yeah, but because really he doesn't know any better, and
I,
he allowed these
do,
fringe,
do you really
these
think Trump is
odd
put?
thinking fringe groups to dictate
They have a lot of
these
power. They have a lot of
these
power and a lot of influence in America.
huh?
I said they have a lot of power and a lot of influence in America.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
My
Groups
point.
like
My point is, I think a lot of black people we going for Trump. Like he's gonna put he's gonna put our black issues before the evangelical Christians or the Zionist Jews policies, foreign policies that they got in place. I think we have more of a shot with Kamala, but hey, that's my personal opinion.
right. Well,
And your opinion is welcome. And your opinion is welcome. Let me come in, Elder. Allow me to come in, Elder Zaquan. Let me just come in real quick. But here's the counterpoint. First and foremost, let's get one thing straight. For our listeners out there who may not know what evangelical mean or evangelist means, an evangelist is someone who specializes in converting people to Christianity. No, the only reason that Donald Trump won and why did you have? I'm not surprised to hear that some of the very people that, as far as they were given amnesty on, as far as these illegal immigrants voted for Donald Trump. I am not surprised to hear that. Why? Because say what you want. A couple of things that Donald Trump got right. He's anti-LGBTQ. He's straight up he's all for the nuclear family, man, woman, children. Okay? And these people don't roll with the whole notion of abortion and all the other things that the Democrats have been trying to push down everybody's throat. Okay? They believe a man is a man and a woman is a woman. There's only two genders, male, female. No gray area, no in between. See, that's why I'm not surprised to hear that some of them roll with him on those issues. Okay? Let's get this clear on why they voted him in, why he got in, and why people are rolling with him. Getting past all the showboating, the hot dogging and grandstanding he may do, which is part of the whole schematic of how you get out here and you wheel and deal and regulate your business. He got those things right. Okay? What the Democrats were pushing is straight demonic. And nobody's rolling with that. No one's feeling that. Okay? All this you gonna tell a man, tell us out here that we gotta call a man because he chooses to dress like a woman, he's a woman? No, we not having that. I'm not gonna call no damn woman. I don't care how much men's clothes she put on. I am not gonna address no woman as no mister. And I'm not gonna address no man. I don't care how much clothes he put on as no missus. And that's
Is
why
that one of the main? Is that one of the main reason why you support Trump? That's the main reason why you support Trump.
it's not even so much me supporting him, but I do see eye to eye with him on that. I unapologetically stand on what the Bible say, what God say. The one true God, his name being Yahweh, unapologetically. So anybody who can roll with that and say that and stand on it, I'll give him a leeway. I gotta
So,
give him leeway.
so you stand with Trump on his religious and foreign policies as far as like the
One more
Bible goes.
time, I don't stand on religion because I don't deal with religion. I deal with the Bible and the laws and commandments because the Bible is a book of law. So anyone who can advocate the laws of God first and mean it, stand on it, and advocate that, you damn right I'm going to stand with him. You right, I'm going to stand with him.
But
Easy.
but his main supporters are the white Jews, and his main policy that he's promoting
Okay,
is
that's my
beneficial for
man.
the
That's
white
that, but
for the white Jews.
hold up. They're not his main supporters. They're
Who's that?
not his main supporters. Okay, I don't know where you're getting your information from, but they're not his main supporters. Okay, you better go back and do your research respectfully and check out who really backing them.
So
See, when you got the people,
when Trump
when you
moved
have,
the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, you don't think who you think supported that?
he took care of the Jewish constituency. I won't deny that part. But as far as them being his main backers, that's not true.
So
That is
A you don't
absolutely not true.
So APAC and Kufi is not one of his major supporters.
They're not, they are one of his support, but they're not his major. See, go and look at who voted him in. See, what nobody wants to admit, not even the Democrats. See,
I
Kamala
be
Harris could
watching
have won.
my fault.
Bro, hold on, let me
Have you
finish my
watched any of
point.
his speeches with APAC?
My man, dude.
Pardon.
You can't ask a question and then give me compounded question. Let me answer one of your questions at a time. So now, when you look at it, the main people that got Donald Trump over, his major backers, no one wants to admit to, and they're not going to admit to it. The black vote is what got Donald Trump in. The same black vote that the Democrats took for granted. Because see, bear in mind, Kamala Harris could have won. They could have won, but the Democrats dumped on the major backbone of this country. Black folk took the black vote for granted, refused to hear it. Now here it is. Our sister Karima, she gave a powerful counterpoint on the specifics that Kamala Harris is supposed to have done for black folk. And I'll leave it to you all to go and check it out because she had the information up for you to check it out. But here it is though, her whole campaign, right along with Joe Biden, was about what she wasn't going to do specifically for black folk. The two things we wanted, reparations and an anti-hate crime bill. And she and Joe, in our faces, gave everything to everybody but us. So the Democrats basically shot themselves in the proverbial foot, their ass, and every other body part. That's the main reason why they lost. And that's why Donald Trump won. Because black folks said, you know what? Better to have the werewolf and know that he's a werewolf than to continue to vote for the sneaky vampire that's sucking our blood and draining our soul. So better to have the werewolf because at least we can see him coming and know how to defend ourselves. And that's what happened. It's the black vote that's the major backing that got Donald Trump in. That's the main thing nobody wants to admit to. Kamala could have won, but her whole campaign, I'm not gonna do anything for black folks. And in the whole 4 damn years, the Democrats ignored everything we wanted. But we watched them give $200 billion to Ukraine, 14 billion to Israel, then about 94 billion to Taiwan, and all these incalculable billions they've been given to these illegal immigrants in our faces. Yeah, Gavin Newsom, once he pulled, the governor of California, once he pulled that stunt with the congressional black cowards, or the California black cowards, or caucus as they call themselves, once he pulled that stunt, then you had out here in Chicago, Brandon Johnson, the stunt he pulled, the mayor of New York, Eric Adams, and the governor, Kathleen Hochul. Look, the Democrats shot themselves in the proverbial behind, and the black vote, the main one that they need so desperately, went to Donald Trump. Just easy peasy. It's just that simple. So AIPAC is insignificant. AIPAC and any other organization is insignificant next to the power that we possess. I land my plane.
You think one of the main agendas for the Republicans is to get us reparations?
My man, of course not. Of course not. But see, at least with them, they let you know what the deal is. All right? And then again, Donald Trump doesn't even adhere to the aspect of American republicanism. Not even he's not liked by a great many Republicans. But at least with them, you know where they stand versus the Democrats who've been proclaiming to be black folks' friends and the party of black folks, and they've been spitting in our faces. But no more. No more. So that's why they lost. That's why she lost. You can't look someone and then bringing out Barack Obama, talking down on him. Who the hell you think? Who does he think he talking to? Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, all of them. Who y'all think y'all talking to? So black men, and contrary to popular opinion and belief, and also black women, say, you know what? Hey, yo, later for you Democrats. Some people hit the couch and didn't vote at all, and some just went on ahead and voted for Donald Trump despite the Democrats, and show them we off that plantation. Now, I already know that Donald Trump is a businessman, and he will most likely not be on the train of reparations. But irregardless, though, we not what black. You asked earlier on, what's our major position? Our major position as the children of Israel, our true identity. We're gonna vote in Christ now. But Donald Trump is just the prelude to what's getting ready to come. But again, I gotta respect him on the issue of he did stand on the laws of God. He's not having all this foolishness the Democrats want to push down our throats with this Sodom and Gomorrah attitude. You can't take that from him. And I even gotta give it to him, even in his speech, the fact he did say that God did spare my life. Although he said, for me to try to save America, that part I can let go, but the fact he gave God the credit on his life being spared, you can't take that from him. You can't. I land my plane.
So, brother, you willing to fight for Israel and establish God's kingdom?
I'm willing to fight for the true nation of Israel. Okay? See, I see how you operate. I don't know who you are, but your questions, I'm gonna let you know right now. You can just start trying to hit us with underhanded questions, bro.
Is that the
I see what
General
you're doing.
Mulatto?
I'm asking a serious
No, I
question.
see
Yeah,
exactly,
it sounds like
dude.
General Mulatto, dude.
I see what you're doing. I'm letting you know right now. I see exactly what you're trying to do. But I'm letting you know I'm up on, I'm on who you are. Okay? So stop playing games here.
Brother, I'm just
No, you
trying to
know
ask
full well
if you
that
support if you support
the
Trump.
Israel that I'm speaking of is the true nation of Israel.
We're not talking about man-made created Israel. We talking about scriptural Israel. Do you understand?
He does understand. And that's why I'm just calling a spade now and letting it be known. That the bottom line is, like I said, we here see the handwriting on the wall. Trump is just one of the many pegs or bricks in this wall that's about to bring into this country. Because brace yourself, like I said, the crash and burn is coming. Okay? There are a lot of people who are unhappy with what has transpired, especially those who push the LGBTQ, who push this whole thing with illegal immigration, who push this entire, and see the Democrats, for all you Democrats listening, run back and tell your bosses that here it is. You should have never spit in the face of we black folks, the children of Israel. Whether you like it or not, you should have did right by us. But because you refused, you done. The Republicans, like I said, they only this is it. What you're about to see come here on this earth is going to be child's play to what transpired in the ancient kingdom of Egypt when our liberation and liberator comes forth. So our vote is on Christ. But in the meantime, in between time, we'll talk about what's happening now. And like I said, this is not over. And
Yo,
civil war is about to erupt in this country. Go.
is this multi-generational mulatto? Is this dude again that just disguising himself by another name? Is this who this cat is? Hello.
It sounds like it.
What's your stance on black liberation?
You talking to me, brother?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
What's my stance on black liberation? What you mean as far as that?
Meaning, who is the one that's going to liberate our people from the hands of their enemies? Who has that power? That's what I'm throwing at you right now.
I mean, us. Nobody's coming to save us.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not.
How? By what politics? Since you believe in politics, is politics going to really free us from the jaws of our captives? Yes or no?
I mean, it'll take a little bit more than politics. It'll take military, politics, economic.
There you go. You just said it. Military. We don't have our own military to free us from the ones that oppress us. Do you understand? It's going to take a spiritual intervention to free us from the hands of these people that have their hands around our throat. It's going to be epic.
So you think a God is going to come down and defeat
not
the
him himself?
Huh?
He's going to send his army down here to do his will. You understand?
So why he didn't send his army during slavery?
My man, because his people were supposed to go in captivity for a certain dispensation of time. And when that time would be up, then he would send them down here and overthrow all kingdoms and set them back up. It ain't yet.
So how long we gotta wait?
I don't know. Nobody on the panel know, bro. Nobody on this panel know when that's gonna take place. I don't know.
So we just gotta sit back and wait.
Well, what the hell else you gonna do but sit back? You've been waiting this damn long.
I mean,
What
not
else you
really.
gonna do?
Not really. We have
Do you
to.
believe, my man? Do you understand who the hell is ruling over our people in America? Who's ruling over our people in America, bro?
The evangelical Christians and the
No, no, no,
Zionist
no,
Jews.
no, no. Who the race of people? Who is they?
I just
What do
told
you call them?
Europeans and
Whatever,
Semitic people.
Europeans. Is Europeans ruling over so-called Black Americans? Yes or no,
Yeah,
homie? Okay
yeah.
then.
That been going
All
on
right.
for 2,000 years.
Do we have the armed forces to free us from them on this earth? It's gonna take something coming from the heavens, homie, where
I
that real
mean,
power dwells at, bro.
I mean,
Where you at?
we ain't
But
need to have to be in Haiti or
Yasharda, you
Jamaica
have to
or South America.
mute your mic, Yasharda, so we can hear him clearly, please. And don't ask compounded questions. Give him one question at a time. We follow our own house rules. One question at a time, and mute your mic when he speaks. Go ahead.
Thank you. Um, Brother, I would say that we didn't need a Bible in the Haitian Revolution or the rebellions in the Caribbeans or South America. We freed ourselves through fighting. So I don't. When you say that we gotta wait for some higher
Back
powers,
then, during the heaven, listen, these people got weapons of mass destruction that we can't take them on. All right,
yeah.
that was a good. All right then.
Afghanistan defeated Russia and America, and they barefoot in sandals. They defeated them with basic AK-47s and homemade bombs and cruise missiles.
I mean, do you believe in uh
America and Russia got the most advanced weapons
okay,
on the planet.
so we couldn't overthrow none of them. It's going to take the same type of weaponry they have to even get in the ring with them. We don't have
I
that
mean,
technology, bro.
what weapons did the
I'm talking
Taliban
about
have that
us. We're
was
not talking about Europeans. I'm talking about us.
okay?
We don't have the technology of these Europeans to fight them, to take them on. We
We
don't have it.
we didn't have the weaponry in Haiti.
You're talking about something that's 200 and 300 years ago when we were fighting with guns, my man. These people got nuclear missiles, bro. They got satellites up in outer space that could hit us
So we
in
should
any
just be.
domain of where we are on the earth, man. Can you
So
take on that?
you suggesting we should just be passive and wait till some God crack the sky and come save us?
Then what else you gonna do is wait. What else you got to do? Do you really believe in your heart that we have the power to overthrow our enemies, or do you really believe that?
Yeah, we have done it. We
Man, you
have done
living
it
in a
before.
dream world, bro.
We
You
have
living
done
in
it
a dream world.
before,
You ain't living in the real world, man.
brother. If we would have sat in slavery and just prayed and didn't rebel and
Then I
started,
tell you what. Listen,
we
do
would have
you
never
do
got
you know?
free.
Hold on. Let me say something quick. I'll let you get it back. Do you understand why we are in the condition we're in? Do you know why?
Um, I would say, I would say, unity. Why
No,
we in
just so you don't
position
know.
we're in.
Just so you don't know. No, just so you don't know. Because your answer lets me know you don't know. And maybe you don't believe in the Bible wholly. But let me just, I'll give you a nutshell. The only reason that we're in this captivity, that we're suffering for the last 4 centuries, is because the one true God, because we, our forefathers and mothers, the children of Israel, the ancient of our, broke a divine covenant between the Lord and we. We have now been suffering, okay, his curse upon us for breach of contract. In the same way, he gave all the previous captives that because unfortunately we've been in 14 different captivities throughout the centuries, and I'm embarrassed to say it. But the Lord is the one who raised those people up from Egypt, Rome, Greece, Babylon, Sodom and Gomorrah, and so on and so forth. The same way he raised them up and brought us down, he is now resurrecting us, resurrecting us and bringing them down. See, this whole issue that we're suffering is a divine issue. So, yes, we are supposed to fight in between time and in the meantime, but the gun did not put us in this captivity. Our rebellion did. But now, because these other nations headed by the European people,
What did we
white
rebel
people,
from to get in this condition?
here what we rebelled against. We rebelled against the one true God who gave us the responsibility to rule and control this entire planet Earth under the laws and the commandments of the Holy Bible. See, this whole thing about separation of church and state here in America is absolutely demonic and stupid, because the Bible was meant to govern all aspects of life.
So
Okay?
pardon me, bro. What separates you from a Zionist Jew that believe in the same Bible, that believe he's supposed to rule over the same earth
Well,
and
first of
everybody?
all, there is no such thing as a Zionist Jew. Let's get this clear. The only Jews walking this planet Earth are we, the so-called Negro people, black folk, the children of Israel, the family of Judah. See, they are not Jews. We're not even gonna play games here, man. I see what you're doing. They're not the Jews. They're not the children of Israel. That's why they call themselves and reference themselves as the state of Israel, not nation of Israel. Now, when you look up the word state,
So when did they
it has,
hijack?
hold on, bro, dude, one question at a time. And then and I'm going to answer each one, but you got to let me answer your first question. Now, they are not Zionists and they're far from Jews. Let me help you. Let me take you back. I'm going to help you, and I'm going to help everyone listening. We're going to go back. There's many definitions of the word state, okay? State, in this particular instance, is a nation or a people established by a government. So, who established the nation of Israel? Or no, who established the state of Israel? The United States government. That's who. Going back to about, I think it's 1947. When?
48.
What year? 1948?
48.
All right. So
48.
Cyrus also helped
Malachi, let
the
me say
Jews
something
establish their
real
temple.
Okay, come here. But I want to finish this up though. Go.
Listen, the Rothschilds created the Balfour Agreement. The Balfour Agreement. They signed the agreement in 1948, and it was commissioned and given the okay by the UN here in New York City.
I
It
think you
was
got to mix
called.
up. The
Wait,
Balfour
man, I'm
Declaration
talking.
was
Yo,
signed in
but you
1918.
let me finish. I'm not finished. It was called the Assembly of Nations in 1947. 1948, it became the United Nations. So under the Balfour Agreement, which was an agreement paper created by the Rothschild family in England, they signed that paper and put them people in that land in 1948. You understand
But
me?
but you're trying to, hold on, let me add on. But now, the true pioneers who helped them negotiate that deal, okay, because all the African nations, Egypt especially, when you had Gamal Nasser, who was the then president of Egypt, they were refusing to recognize these people as the Jews. As a matter of fact, it was two black men named Charles White and Ralph Bunche who went and negotiated with the other black nations to allow these European immigrants to come in as the Jewish nation, as the Israelis, not the Israelites. And that's why Gamal Nasser, the former president of Egypt, is on record as saying, how is it that the children of Israel left Israel being black and now they're coming back white? But it was Charles White, two black men, Charles White and Ralph Bunche, who negotiated the deal. So there is no such thing as a Zionist Jew. Let's get that clear. There's only Israelites. There is no Israeli. There's only the nation of Israel, not the state of Israel. So now that we give you the historical background on how this transpired, I have no concern about what these people,
Can I ask you a question, brother?
okay, I don't care what they think. Now, what's your next question?
So when did the white Zionist Jews hijack the religion or culture of Judaism, Israelite culture, or whatever?
Did you not? I thought, hold up. I thought we just gave you the answer to that. We just laid out beginning in 1947, going in 1948. I thought we just laid out when it was our culture was hijacked. You weren't listening.
So what about the Ashkenazi Jews, the Sephardic Jews, the Jews?
Bro, any and all of those names you're laying out, they have nothing to do with the nation of Israel. They have nothing to do with the Hebrew Israelites. They have nothing to do with us, the real Jews that the Bible speaks of. So stop. Why don't you stop asking? So why don't you stop asking? Look, dude, you're asking questions that really are of no consequence and going nowhere.
Can I finish my point?
But hold on, though. You keep making questions and you're not even hearing the answer that we're giving you. We don't recognize them.
You said I asked you when did they hijack the religion. You said something about 1948 or 40. That's when the
so now hold on. So if they hijack, dude,
I'll let you
talk. Dude, how about this? How about this? You sound hold up, I got this. I got it. Dude, every time you come in here, man, you keep trying to dictate how we answer questions or when we speak. Let me break this down to you. Stop asking questions. Dude, and you're still talking. And Karima, out of here. Get him out of here, please. Because what we're not going to do, right, is have your ass come in here. Every time you come in here, you'll come in with the... Let me calm down. You always come in here with your bullshit. Excuse my language, y'all. But we're not having that, man. We're sick of that. Stop asking. Hold on, let me finish, Doc. And I'm gonna hand it up. Look, to anyone, we don't mind you coming in here having questions, right? But stop asking questions knowing full well that no matter how much we answer it, give you the proofs and specifics, you're not going to accept it. Don't waste our time. Go ahead, Doc.
He said about the Sephardic Jews. The Sephardic Jews were the black Jews of Spain and Portugal, the tribe of Judah that left during the time of the temple, Solomon's temple, when it fell, when it was destroyed. That's all. They just created the Ashkenazi. The Bible ain't got nothing to do with being a Jew. It's got something to do with families of Israel. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Gad to Issachar. They don't talk about the families of Israel. They say they're Jewish. Why don't you say you Judah? You know what I'm saying? They trying to confuse people, man. This is not a religion. This is a God-given right. This is a bloodline that the Father gave to his people. Now, everybody on the earth trying to figure out who the real children of Israel are. If you read the scriptures and look at the state of what the scriptures say, you can find out who they are. These people are not in the condition of what the real children of Israel will be in the last days. They didn't come on no cargo slave ships. And that's mentioned in the book of Deuteronomy 28, chapter, verse 68. They don't fit nothing the Bible is saying. They stole the land. And I'm going to say this too. If these are God's people, they've been in the land for damn near 80 years, and there ain't been no peace on this earth since they got there. How can you be in the land of the Father and you claiming this one tribe here, but the other 11 is missing somewhere? You supposed to be able to bring peace and balance to the earth. Come on, man. People got to stop that. Good.
And let me say this to Babylon done. He doesn't have great questions, and our answers are far from suspect. If you take time out to Google what we're saying, because it's not like you can't just type in what we're saying and read it for yourself and examine it for yourself. To Salah, you're right. I did lose my cool, but normally I'm always cool, calm, and collected. But I to this day, I have a very strong intolerance for stupidity. And I know when someone's playing with me. Okay? So you're right. I'm sorry I lost my cool to those listening. But you, some of you in the comment section were already asking, who is this dude and what's his agenda? He come here under another name, okay? But he has some serious psychological issues and some serious anti-black programming going on. See, I'm gonna just lay it all out. We were given his psychological profile. And he always comes in here playing games, man. So I have a zero tolerance for when someone is playing games and doesn't really want to hear the true answer. So the Babylon done, you can roll up out of here too if you think our answers are suspect. Ain't nothing suspect here on this panel. None whatsoever. Apostle Zaquan, you got something to say?
Yeah, man. I've made up my mind, man. I'm not arguing with these cats, man, that don't know nothing, don't want to learn nothing, but just come up on stage to create controversy. That's the whole point of reason why they're there. Babylon Dunn's question. So he know good and goddamn well Sephardic has nothing to do with a tribe. We know who the 12 tribes are, and we know Sephardic wasn't one of the tribes. That's just describing a modern day Hebrew Israelite that has roots in Portugal, period. Those of us forefathers that migrated to America through Spain and Portugal. Our route was different. As far as that's concerned, before being dropped off in Africa by Spaniards or Christians, Catholics. So it's just that's it, man. I'm not arguing with these guys anymore, man. You know, when I realized where the brother was coming from, man, you see, I didn't say no more to him, man. You know,
And I get it.
my pearls.
And I get it. But now let's take a quick time out. We're gonna welcome to the Lion's Den. Now listen. Yeah, you're right. You know what, Babylon Done, you're right. You do need patience, but you know what? There's a limit to everything. And I have a zero tolerance. Again, I'm gonna speak one more time for surreptitious and underhanded questions that only no matter how much you give the right and proper information and answer, they're gonna come with more and more questions, okay? Because they're not looking for the truth. So I'm gonna work on it. becoming more patient with stupidity. But it's hard to tolerate stupidity. But now, a quick hello to the panel. Those out here in the comments section. Jail Run, Sakina Ra, Salaya Law plus Beats. Always on point. We got the R and the Tha, Afro Asiatic, Smashing Idol, Brother Kwame, and Dominique Liddell. Okay? And you're right, Dominique Liddell. The Democrats ain't never going to change. You wrote, the Democrats ain't never going to change. They're an oligarchy party that panders. You're correct. Now, and this is Kwame Ma'at Ra Nayami. You're saying Trump's biggest donations came from AIPAC and Kofi. Okay, if you say so. You got Neo One Love. You said 77% of black men voted Kamala and 91% of black men voted Kamala. The black vote didn't get Trump in. Neo Love, I disagree with you on that one wholeheartedly. Because if 77% of black men and 91% of black men voted for Kamala, she wouldn't have lost. If you say that's what happened, the turnout says wholly different. And there are other social media platforms showing wholly different where the black vote went. And it wasn't these numbers. But if you say that will happen, okay, but I don't see how with those kind of numbers, my brother, she should not have lost. Let me see who else. Sakina Ra. Let me see what you said, Sakina. You said, well, if we know they coming, the time must be closer. We must need a plan, not a hand. All right. Making spiritual preparations, okay? And Christopher the Lawful, nobody can defeat America but the Lord. Don't you see they fighting wars right now and winning? Russia and the Muslim world? Yeah, you're right. He is an unbelievable. He is an unbelievable. And Tashako Kelly, welcome. Trump grabbed. Hey, Apostle, mute your mic. Apostle, mute your mic. And Tashako Kelly, Tashaka said, Trump grabbed America by the. Okay, you know what, Tashaka? You said Trump grabbed America by the. Yeah. And we got to stay ready. Tashaka, you wow. And so, moving on, right? Welcome to the Lion's Den. We're having an open discussion. And again, we are your hosts, Brother Yeshayada and Malachi, big baby Hebrew. And we have elders, apostles of Quan. This is an open discussion, so we're going to continue to move on. Yeshayada, you want to raise a point earlier on. The floor is yours.
Man, I forgot what I wanted to say. Go ahead. Go back on. Talk.
Well, okay, but getting back on the whole political spectrum, like I said, the Democrats didn't have to. They wouldn't have lost. Again, first you had Barack Obama insult the black men like he been doing for the longest. Well, you know, there's some of you out there who have a problem with a black woman being the president. See, that's where he went wrong on that level. First of all, you're trying to come in with the whole misogynist crap, okay? It wasn't about her being a woman, okay? But what it was about, however, her portraying herself as being a black woman. And she's not black. She's not. She's East Indian. I know some of you out there want to try to put the Curry Queen up as being she's not. So she messed up her own platform, not being true to herself. And this whole ridiculous notion of pandering. Then you had Barack Obama. You gonna come out here and dare talk to black people the way you did? Well, here it is. You didn't do anything for black folks when you had the opportunity to do, which is true to the Democratic code. So him and Michelle Obama, they torpedoed the campaign, her campaign, right along with D.L. Hughley, Steve Harvey, and all these other celebrities who don't know anything about any issue political, just by the way they talk. When D.L. Hughley attacked Janet Jackson, when she raised an issue and question of Kamala not being black, that torpedoed, that angered a lot of black folks. Look, we're not dumb, okay? So all these things she did everything wrong, and she torched her own campaign. But Barack Obama, he sealed the deal. Michelle Obama, with all this finger wagging and to black folks about what we need to do and who we should vote for. Like we don't have our own right to make our own determination and focus. Because my issue would be, vote for what? For 90 years or better, 60 years or better, black folks have been voting Democrat. And what has the Democrats done for us then and lately? Nothing. So that's why she lost. That's why the Democrats, and Democrats, let me assure you, because I have me and Yeshida, we have our finger on the pulse. For the next 100 years, if America should go that long, because again, we don't know when this divine judgment gonna come into play. We don't know. Like Christ said, no man nor at the time, not even he nor the angels in heaven know when the Lord gonna give them the green light. But in the meantime, in between time, Democrats, let me assure you, across every divide, local, even in some local arenas, you're not gonna win no more elections. See, you tried this harebrained scheme of bringing all these illegal aliens in here to try and replace the black vote. Okay? You tried. You thought that bringing these people in, because you know we weren't going to vote, you know you were pissing us off, and you know a great many young black folks in particular, because the baby boomer generation that you've been depending on, they're dying out. Our mothers, our respective fathers and mothers, they're now leaving. Our grandparents, they're gone. They're now becoming ancestors. So the young demographic of black folk is who you're looking at. And you listen to Roland Martin, you listen to all these, the Joy Reid, you listen to all of them talking about ignore us. Ignore the Gen X and Gen Z, Gen Y and Z, the Generation Y. And this is exactly why we are where we are now. I see we got Neo Love joining the panel. Neo, I guess you're going to come with your counterpoint on what I raised earlier about the numbers. And we welcome the counterpoint. And go to work, my friend. Go to work, brother. Go to work.
Yeah, peace to the panel. Peace to the panel. Yeah, I saw multiple polls, 2 to be exact, so it's more than one, but it wasn't a whole bunch. But I've seen 2 polls already that said the majority, one combined all of the black vote, which was 86% of the voters who voted. It's not including the black men who didn't vote. It was 77% of the black men who voted for Kamala, and 91% of the black females. And I saw another poll that combined them both, and it said 86%. I put it in the back chat. I didn't put it on here, but yeah. So the black people that voted, that's registered as black voters, because you log in, when you go to vote, give them your name. They know who you voted for. They know, they got a computer readout of everybody who identify as black and who they voted for. And it said that 86% of the black vote went to Kamala. It wasn't that many of us that voted for Trump. So.
Okay, that's a very interesting finding. Okay, you still have more to say. I didn't mean to cut you in speech. Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much. Well, thank you very much. But now, what's your outlook on this political spectrum and where we're going and where we're headed?
I'm not really big on politics. I don't believe in politics. I feel like it's going to be an act of God to set the record straight, not politics, not the act of man. That's what I believe in it. So I'm not big on one side or the other,
Well, all right. Thank you very much. And Yashada, you got something you got to say?
Yeah, do you believe the policies that this man is going to set forth?
You asking me?
Anybody on the panel?
I don't believe any of their policies. I didn't believe Kamala policies, and I didn't believe his. It's talk until it's done. I'll believe it when I see it. But Malachi, you can answer that question if you got a different.
Me, I believe she's black. That's my opinion. I don't care what nobody thinks and say. And then on top of that, like I keep saying, it's a job. It's their job. They select the people, and they just put them out, and we deselect them. Like I keep saying, y'all putting too much emphasis on she and me. No, it's them. It's the government system. They all work for them. They the one called the shots. They the ones behind everything. They just use.
Right, that's what I was saying.
You feel me? And have
they just puppets,
in the
man,
face
on the screen.
or up in the face. Who took this and he this and she didn't? You know what I mean? Same hand, which is the government, and it's a job. And she have did way more for the black community than he has, and it's on record. And you keep just brushing over that like it's nothing.
I'm not. Well, I'm gonna say this here. This is where we go point counterpoint. It's not even a question of me brushing over anything. But now you say you think she's black, or you say she's black. But now what do you?
I believe she is, and that's my opinion. I'm not gonna sit there and go back and forth and argue with you over that counterpoint.
It's not a question of argument.
In many details, okay.
The lioness.
It's not. This Indian.
Well, lioness. It's not about arguing, right? I
don't go off of that. I don't go off of
well,
that.
Lioness,
to be all this, but
Lioness, listen. The thing is, right? It's not about arguing. But what I'm saying, here's what I'm going to ask. The findings of Candace Owens. Now, I know we all have our difference with Miss Owens. But when Candace Owens went and made a presentation on her father, her grandfathers, their Irish roots and where they came from, how can she be a foundation of Black American? If her roots,
black people do that. It's black people that's on this panel that be on this panel that's black as all outdoors and claim Indian to this day. Like, what are you talking about? Like, but that don't say that they're not black because they want to identify of these tribes or these nationalities. Just Jamaican. Oh, he's, you know what I mean? Like, that don't make no sense. These people are African descent, and y'all just try to brush them off. But it's not about a race thing. You know what I mean? If you about politics, it's about who's going to do what, in which none of them is going to do nothing more than what the government allows them to do. It's a job. It's a position.
I agree
But
with that.
I'm not going back and forth with you over color and how I feel. You said what you said. I'm just clearing the air with you. I don't agree with that.
Wait,
And I'm not
Linus,
going to go back and
Linus, we
forth with
can't.
nobody on that.
Someone has to mute up. Linus, hold up. Someone has to mute up because when she's talking, we can't hear her. So please, everybody, mute their mics so we can hear the Linus
Neo,
speak. Go ahead,
Neo,
Camino.
Neo.
Yeah, you got to
So go ahead,
understand
Linus.
this is an open discussion. That means everybody, every a point of view. We're not about to argue your point of view or your stand. You feel me? And make it seem like your point is better than ours, or that's what it is. You feel me? It's everybody's opinion, everybody's point of view, and we're gonna accept it, just like I did yours. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, that's why I just
I'm
said
not
it was a
mad,
point.
you know what I
But
mean?
hold on, Linus. Hold on, slow
And
down.
I want to make
Linus,
that
hold on.
very clear because I don't want people to get mad because of what somebody said or their opinion or how they feel or what they voting for or what they go for. You feel me? And if they don't have the answers, don't get mad.
But Linus, I did say we entering the point and counterpoint session of this issue, and it's welcome because you did set the house rule. So we doing point counterpoint. There's no right or wrong in this. I'm asking you your opinion. I want to hear it. And in the case I might be guilty of oversight, I can recalibrate my thinking. So you're right. This is point counterpoint, and your point, in your opinion, and the open discussion is much welcome. And the listeners, it's their decision if who they're gonna lean with in the presentation. It's always a nice bill. So we doing
Right. And I
counterpoint.
want them to feel
So
comfortable instead of feel like they're getting piled up with a gang of questions. You feel what I'm saying? The beginning of the questions, it's okay to, ask, simple question, but when it's okay, let me ask you this, and then that's, you know what I mean? A debate. Like, we're not about to do that. You know what I mean? That's for person's opinion, and they ain't got to elaborate and keep going into it. You feel me? Especially on something that's so simple as far as somebody disagreeing on somebody's nationality, like, and that's why I'm saying I want people to feel comfortable and not feel like they've been attacked or people get upset because somebody says something they don't like or they don't agree with what you're saying. We all ain't got the facts.
okay,
I
and then
want to ask
and,
Kareem a quick question. Was there a big turnout of black folks voting for this woman out there, California, and especially in your area?
Who you asking? You asking me?
yeah, that question was directed to you, Linus.
Yeah.
I just showed you where they was burning ballots. I don't agree with none of that.
No, I
I
said,
don't
was
care.
there
I
a
don't
big
care about who's
turnout?
voting, how many colors, and what colors voting for what. That's, you know what I mean. I don't get
No.
it.
I asked, was it a big turnout?
I don't know. I don't know about none of that. About a big turnout. I just know. Y'all don't sit there and follow the polls and watch the polls. This man just gave you the stacks on. You know what I mean? What he?
But wait, you said they were burning ballots.
Yeah, I showed you that. A lot of them. So y'all just act like y'all forget about that. Like, a lot of them. I showed you that evidence yesterday. I guess y'all forgot.
No, it's not that I forgot. I want so that was happening in California as well. I'm just
Even
forgive my
Neil just said
ignorance.
it. Neil just said it. Y'all, I don't think y'all heard what he just said. He was basically explaining to it, and I showed the video of it, and it named different places that was, you know what I mean, getting burnt. The boats getting burnt. So, you know what I mean. I
Okay,
don't
well
believe
forget.
in none of that. Like I said,
Right.
they go. Like I showed you, they select who. I mean, we did deselect what they select. That's it.
Okay, well, forgive my ignorance, and I'm sorry. That was I'm sorry. I didn't hear the full depth and scope of what Neo Love brought out, and I thank y'all for correcting me on that. Now, Yashida, you were gonna make a point, or Neo, you want to make a point? One of y'all want to make a point? Go.
Well, I'll say this. I believe she's black as well, and part of it, a big part of it, is that woman looked black to me. I've seen a lot of Indian people. I've seen mixed race, white and Indian people. and they don't look black to me. I don't see too many Indians that look like my people. She look like she has black in her. I'm just gonna say that. Indians that look like.
Somebody just came in. Introduce yourself. It's an open discussion.
Yeah, hey, smashing idol, smashing idol. I don't know. I guess whoever wanted whoever to win. I hope y'all ain't too mad. Either way it go, it ain't our fight. Y'all was talking about Kamala, right? And her not her being black. According to my research, I mean, it don't really got nothing to do with us because you know what I'm saying, we in captivity and she not our people, but I do have evidence to show that she is not an Israelite. If I could share my screen.
Karima, can you share the screen? Karima.
Yeah, hold
She
on.
may have stepped away.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull
In
up
the
something
mean-
else. I'm not right now worried about that. I'm pulling up something else.
In the meantime, let me read. We got Philip Baines. I observed that somebody mute the mic. I observed that these politicians with their politickery always cause a bigger and continued division among our people. Philip Baines, you're right. You're absolutely right, Baines. We have 1968. Trump is an 80-year-old white man. He doesn't bring any fresh new ideals to society or government other than the good old boys mentality and history. Trump or Kamala was a lost either way. And you got Hayanaya Yashara. Well, shalom to you, sister. Let me see who else is talking here.
Yeah, so y'all was talking about that Kamala ain't black stuff. I can't show my evidence that she ain't.
Well, stand by. The sister wants to show. Karima's going to show something first, and then we'll deal with that.
She'll let you take care of your business.
Shalom.
You can run your video, Karima. So what we're looking at is the ballot boxes, boxes being burned. All right. That's what the video. This is what the video is entailing. Linus, do they have a sound? Because we can't hear any sound. Well, all right.
You don't need no sound.
Well, the video, I thought it might have.
Come on down, like come on
No,
down.
wait. I thought it might have.
But I'm
No,
just saying.
hold on. I thought it might have had a narration to it. My bad.
It really actually did, but you didn't need that.
Oh, okay, it did. All right. And so we have the brother wants to show his evidence. Is that possible or no?
Okay, so right here we have Mr. What's his name? Oscar Joseph Harris, right? This is, we'll click here. Well, no, it's better off just, let's see. Okay, there we go. Now, this right here, this picture shows Kamala Harris, her dad, right? This is her father. And he looks fairly light, you know, like a majority of our people.
That's not her
Granted,
dad.
it says a baby, Kamala Harris, with her mother,
That is not her dad.
Jemiah, and her parental. Oh, that's her grandfather. That's even worse. My bad. I apologize. That's her grandfather.
Yeah,
right?
you just regurgitated.
Wait, no,
you
no,
don't even,
sister,
this,
no, no,
this the
no, no,
evidence
no.
that
Let's
you
just
have.
wait.
Yeah.
Can you just give me a second, just to show that the person that you wanted to win the election was not our people? That's all.
I didn't care about nobody winning them, so let's make that clear.
Okay, that's good then, because I didn't either. You know, I don't think
Whatever my butt. I made that very clear, so let's not do that. In the little evidence you showing,
right. So I'm gonna get back. I just want to get back to what I was saying real fast. Right? So if we go to her,
and it's not even
his father, so we're gonna go to Oscar Joseph Harris's father, and this is his this is Kamala Harris's great grandfather.
Ain't Oscar none of Joseph that on there. That's bull.
It's right there. Don't
bull.
click it off. That's like
on a little person that's not accurate and it's not right. And I'm
what
not
do you
gonna let
mean?
You do that.
What do you mean?
It's
Okay.
Not.
All right, let me show
it's
my
not
screen.
Right, and it's not accurate.
Hold on, Kareem.
Let me show my screen and I'll show you a
Can we see the paternal grandmother?
Bruh.
Let's move along.
Paternal grandmother for what? What does the grandmother got to do with this? The grandmother is a Jamaican.
Okay.
No, we see. That's why I'm saying we're not about to do this. Usually, if somebody coming on trying to change it up, trying to make an argument out of one subject.
No. I ain't trying to do that. I ain't trying to do that. It's cool.
Yeah, you is because the thing was not about her race and her father and what she was. None of that. It was just, you feel me? We said what we said.
No, you went in on JT about him
saying that
he just proved she had black in her. He said her grandmother was Jamaican.
What that got to do with her father? You do go by the scriptures, right, brother?
No, he didn't say he didn't say her grandfather was Jamaican. That's not what he said.
I just showed her grandfather.
That's why I don't want to argue this point, because it's gonna be nothing but an argument. I could see things happening before it happened. That's why I say I don't want to do it.
It ain't that big of a deal. I love y'all. I ain't trying. I was just
right.
trying
All I'm trying to say.
It's not so much. Wait, hold on. It's not so much an argument. We're having an open discussion. So, as you say, Karima, let everyone lay out their information and their opinions. If you don't agree with it, that's your right. But let the people hear it and let them decide. Let's not, censor here. We're supposed to be non-biased, and we follow that house rule. So let's let the brother make his presentation.
No, we're not censoring anything, but we're not going to let anything turn into an argument and a discussion and a debate, because you're trying to make a point and you're trying to get other people to make that point when it's not about that. And that's why I said what I said. I knew it was going to be a whole little outcome debate. You feel me? Let's bring evidence. When I said that she was black. It wasn't a problem until I said what I said, but there was a whole different discussion that was talked about. Did you forget? I came back to making my statement saying this is what I feel, but you was on a whole nother topic about the votes, in which I'll try to show.
Even what he said made her 25% black. She's still black. So that's all I'm saying.
Back to the votes, the question that was asked. Which evidence was showed about the votes and how I feel about that and how it's been counted.
All right. So with this the video showing the burned ballots, do you think that there may have been some trickery and chicanery going on?
It always is every year. It's always something being burnt, somebody adding a cat, adding a dog, adding dead people.
Oh, I see. I see what's going on. And to multi-generational, it's not up to me at this point to let you on here because, like I told you, and I tell anybody else, when you come into the Lions Den, there are 3 rules established by I Am Manna way back when we began this thing, and that is you got to mind your manners, wipe your feet, conduct yourself in an orderly manner, and enjoy yourself. But if you come cross once, twice, or 3 different times, and the lioness cracks the whip and says it's a no-go, we, that's Yeshada and ourselves, we have to abide by what Mama say, because we don't want Mama to beat our behinds, because you're getting your behind beat. So it's not for me to say you can come on or not come on. It's her. And we're not going to go against Mama. It's just that simple. So moving on.
Yeah, we're not just gonna try to beat somebody up for the information, and target them because their opinion. We welcome everybody's opinion, and we welcome everybody's, understanding and information. But we're not about to sit there. It's not a debate. You know what I mean? And the back and forth, just like the brother was doing, that's in the back chat right here, that changed his name back to the original name. You feel me? Him. Okay, we're not about to do that back and forth and try to, questions after questions and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Because I want you to be able to speak freely, get your little voice in, and without being badgered. Just like, Neo had to come over here and correct himself. You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Love you, Neo.
All right. All right. Now, to Hayanaya says, Hayanaya is Yasharal says, what did she say? Okay, I hate when oh my God. Okay, everybody was concerned about her being black instead of the policy she had or not had. Well, Hayanaya, I didn't hear her policies. Much of her policies, that's Kamala Harris, were already established policies of Barack Obama. If I must say, okay, a lot of stuff what she was talking about was echoing somebody else's sentiments. There were a couple of times she was plagiarizing Donald Trump, her opponent. So her policies were very questionable. Okay, that also kind of like didn't do bad well for her either, especially when she was making her appearances on the National Association of Black Journalists and other Fox News, when she did all these interviews. What hurt her also was her inability to answer a direct question, or she would get offended if the moderator would press her on a question that she wasn't answering properly. So and even last night, I'm not one to gloat or anything of that nature. And I can understand she may have been in her feelings about losing, but she didn't even come before those who supported her at that moment, at that time, who waited to hear from her. She didn't even have that in her to go out there and address them and thank them for their support. So Hanaya, I gotta say her policies were lacking. And so now this is also why we got Donald J. Trump, back in the saddle again. Okay? When you ask someone a question and then it became rote memorization. If you ask her, well, Miss Harris, what do you plan to do for the country? I grew up in a middle class neighborhood with a well dressed lawn. Bro, I mean, really? That just that made her look bad. Then you have semi-literate celebrities trying to represent you. I mean, Cardi B did not help her at all. And I'm not trying to be insulting, but listen, this is the game of power politics. Meg Thee Stallion coming out shaking her booty, hotties for Harris. No, that is not how you run a campaign.
Don't
And I don't know what.
which of them all, Beyonce.
Go ahead, you shirt out. What?
No, I said don't forget the grand witch of them all, Beyonce.
Well, she wasn't as bad as those two. I mean, that's this whole shaking your booty. That is not how you run a proper and conducive campaign. But this goes back, and especially when you like the projected audience being black people. Look, I don't know. I get that BET over the years has had a great many people thinking that black folk subscribe to the stripper and hoe culture. Okay, I get that BET and their imagery and their portrayal of black folk had people thinking that. Back 4 years back, it was get your booty to the polls, and they had commercials involving strippers, and they didn't even get the top of the line strippers. They got the Tuesday special strippers. Really?
They got the
I'm being silly, but I'm making a point. That was offensive then, and it's offensive now. That okay, you think that when it comes to black voters or anyone of any ethnic voters, getting the stripper and shaking your booty and listening to crappy rap lyrics or listening to crappy rappers is the way to go to get them to vote. Not policy. Hayanaya, this goes further into what your comment. Not discussing policy, not discussing realistic policies. Okay? Having debates where you were clearly fed the questions before you went on air, because everywhere else you went, she just bombed. So it's all in, and this only shows clear cut why Barack Obama didn't want her to be the selected presidential candidate. He didn't want her. He didn't want her, and I see why. But all we're saying is, look, with Donald Trump in play, I want to make it clear that I'm not for him, I'm not against him, but I just want to iron out why he's there, how he was able to successfully actually maneuver the art of the deal, or maybe with the burned ballot boxes that Karima was showing, the art of the steal. Take your pick. But we the people, as far as I'm concerned, no matter who wins, we're in trouble. Deep trouble. Where you saying?
Doesn't matter which one made it in the office. We're in trouble either way. Him, oh my goodness. Her, man, we'd have been the laughing stock of the world if he would have made it. Listen, we got to put our mind percentage of what we want to do. We're going to move forward in our beliefs, not in man, not in this system, but in the one true power. That's the only way out of this.
All right, listen, you know what? Not that Karima needs us to defend her, but let me just say this to you, multi-generation. You barking up the wrong tree, bro.
No energy.
Allow me. No, I have to. See, you can't come for nobody on this panel, and you can't come for.
Don't get that man no
I'm
energy.
sorry, Pooh.
Don't get that
Okay,
man
you know
no
what?
energy. I told you. You
All
feel
right.
me? Did I not tell you? I already told you 3 days ago. Did I not tell
Okay,
you?
Mama. Mama. You right.
I
Okay,
know
I'm sorry.
when I said I don't need to wait for the outcome of the discussion and the conversation for me to know when somebody trying to argue, when somebody trying to change the narrative, when somebody just trying to, be on some shady snake stuff. I told you that 3 days ago.
You
And
did,
every
and I'm
day
saying
you've been
you
teaching the
right.
same thing. That he could change his name, and I'm still knowing the vibe from the person. I'm knowing the
All
vibe
right.
from the person. So at the end of the day, like I said, that was the same person. You see over there. Like, don't give that man no energy. That's what he's trying to do. Either way it go.
All right. Thank you for the correction. Okay. Thank you for pulling me back. I'm about to lose it. I was about to lose it. I'll admit it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Let me see who else is talking out here though. Be right back. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And let's see who's talking. Okay, cooking with Billy. All I know is Harris was buying us some more time to get ready. Christopher Lawful said we have to use proper discernment. There's someone named Shiro Amawan Parish. Is there a link to get into the chat? Okay, Shiro, we're gonna welcome you. So drop the link. Open discussion. Let me see what's talking. Now, cooking with Billy. You said Donald Trump was on Weinstein's Pedo Island. How do you know that?
You mean
Move
Epstein?
on. Let's see. Cooking with Billy says Harris was
Said
really on point.
they said
You
that
said
Donald
Harris.
Trump was on P Diddy's party list. That's what they said. He was one of the people that's on their list.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Let me see who else is talking while we wait for the next panelist to
Yes.
come in. Okay,
Can
never
everyone
mind.
hear
Never
me?
mind. Never
Can
mind.
everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You can be
Right.
heard.
Oh yeah.
Introduce
What's up,
yourself.
Uncle Jonathan? You alright? Well, Yeshaya and
Oh,
Uncle
oh,
Malachi.
this is mine from England. Go ahead, bro. You can talk.
Yes. Nah, man. Obviously, I've seen the Lions Den, so I just wanted to put my 2 pence. So you guys are talking about the election, the presidential election that just come in. Well, to be honest, it's either you're a Democratic slave or you're a Republican slave. But it's just like you're trying to pick the lesser of two evils, where the scriptures say what? Zephaniah 2:1, it says that what? Gather yourself together, O nation not desired. Really, what we should really be doing is gathering ourselves together and pretty much just governing ourselves just as a unit, as black people. We shouldn't really be waiting for outside sources to be controlling our shit, because everyone's on this, oh, Democrats, and then you're doing is waiting for them to promise you something. Like there was these people on Instagram, they were saying that, oh, if Kamala would have been voted in, she would have given black men 50 grand to start up their own business, and all that is a false promise based on false pretenses. It doesn't mean anything. They're wolfing. All of these politicians or politricksters, all they are is just tricksters, just trying to, they're wolves in sheep clothing, basically. They just want to tell you something to get your vote, and then once they get your vote, they're not going to do anything. Simple as that. So yeah.
Yeah, I want to ask a question. Yo, I've seen telecasts of the English Parliament.
Yeah,
It gets really wild.
of course it is.
You understand what I'm saying? Very wild over there.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
what is your stance on the polities of where you dwell at, which is in what part of England you in? London?
Yeah, I'm in London. I'm in the belly of
Okay.
the beast, man. The belly of the beast.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Now, what's-
my opinion, yeah. So my opinion on that is that I think here is the racism like it is there, but it's more, I would say, covert than overt than in the US, because obviously we have this lady called Kemi Badenoch. She's a Nigerian lady, but she's actually the lead of the party called the Conservative Party here in the UK. But she, how should I say, she's a coon. This is where she was paid to tell black people to forget about reparations and, oh, we don't need it no more. The country's moving forward. Those were the times back then, and all of these things. But we just know that she's just a puppet for the power structure. All she does is let them move her like a puppet with strings, basically, so that she puts the people to sleep so that the government can further their agenda. That's what she's there to do. She's not for the people. Kemi Badenoch.
have you encountered any of those English white people telling you that you should go back to your original homeland?
Oh, of
Because I've
course. Yes, of course.
okay.
No, and it's a thing. It's a couple months back, well, yeah, a couple months ago, we had like a lot of race riots where these people called the EDL, they're called the English Defense League. They're a bunch of racist. They're basically like the KKK version of America. Basically, they
Or the
basically they
neo-Nazis
go
in
around,
America. Or the neo-Nazis in this country.
neo-Nazi. Yeah, they go around saying, "Oh, nigga, go home," or Asian, go home. Basically, they only like Anglo-Saxon. So yeah, we got into fights because we're not idiots. We fight back over here. Simple as that. We bust couple of their head and all of that and all of those things. So excuse my language, I don't want to get you guys in trouble, but yeah, we defended ourselves. I'm gonna leave it as that. But you know, the racism is it can get quite intense sometimes. But yeah.
I saw a video, man, of a brew on the train system, y'all. What y'all call that over there?
TFL, Transport for London.
Okay, yeah. And
Oh, with the brother knocked
yeah,
the white
yeah,
guy out
yeah,
because
yeah.
he called him the Afro
What
man.
was he saying to him? I can't really.
No, because what it is that there was this drunk white guy. He was basically, he was like, "Oh, why you bumping into me? Oh, nigga, let's go now. Afro man, let's go. Sorry, N word, let's go now. Afro man, let's go now." So the brother was like, "What?" So he stood up and he knocked him out, because you don't chat to people like that. You just can't talk to people like that and think you're gonna walk free on this earth. Simple as that.
I see.
Yeah.
Does it get rowdy at them soccer games or football games? They call it.
I don't like soccer, but
Do black people go to them football games?
they do, but just them type of English games where the World Cup, if a black person is in the English team and they lose, all black people get blamed. We get attacked. So those things. This is why I don't really support no English team or nothing. I don't really like football as a whole or soccer.
How long were you born in England?
Yeah, I was born here, 1997.
Okay. Where did your people come from originally?
So my people originally, they're from Jamaica. They're from the islands. So my parents, they were born in this country as well, but it's my grandparents that are from Jamaica on both sides. Yeah. But listen, like obviously, let me just put a disclaimer out. I'm not a part of the One West ABC camps. I believe that the Negroes in the Hispanic islands and all of those, I believe those are Israelites, and I believe the Afro Americans, the Afro Jamaicans, Afro Canadians, those are Israelites, as well as the people in West Africa, down to South Africa, going into East Africa, or Bantu descent, E1, B1A. I believe those are Israelites as well. And the black people, some of the black people in Palestine and all of those places. So yeah, I would say I'm Negro only.
I ain't got no problem with that.
Yeah, no, obviously, because I know everyone wants to know.
Oh, I'm original one Wester and Malachi on top.
What's up, Uncle Malachi? No, I've always wanted to meet you still. Yeah. Yeah, no, peace to
Malachi, go ahead. Good talk. You got a question for here?
No, I have no question. I'm just listening right now. Go ahead, Bill.
Okay, yeah, so okay, now I want to ask you something, Flip it, Elder Jonathan. Why is Johanna going around saying that he's third in Christ, and this guy's goddamn gluttonous? Have you seen the belly on him?
You want my opinion?
What the hell? Listen,
because whatever he on, man, it's some heavy stuff.
What? Right. Listen, but I can't believe people are even taking.
Only thing he the third man at the dinner table, ready to eat. Really, he's first, because you can look by the way he look. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
Nah, we know that man personally. Me and Malachi, we know him.
Yeah.
No, to answer your question on a serious note, let me tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. And we've been dealing with this issue for a very long time, but we have no reservations of being able to say this here. Look, the Universal Practical Knowledge sect of the Nation of Israel, along with other Hebrew Israelite communities, have been infiltrated and infected with a lot of subversive double, triple, and quadruple agents. Okay? Johanna, like so many others, man, are paid for and bought, controlled opposition by darker and clandestine agents out here, or agencies out here. Okay? He, like so many others, have been paid, and they're produced by and authorized by COINTELPRO, the Counterintelligence Program, and other intelligentsia agencies across this planet to undermine at all cost every Israelite group. Now, this, which goes into the whole issue of cultism. And what's a cult? Anytime you see an organization that's supposed to be about the liberation of a people through moral and spiritual reformation, coupled with, seeking to be right and do right on all levels of spiritual, intellectual, emotional, social, political, economic ways and means, go left. When you see it go left, and you see a sudden immoral or arrogant figurehead come to be the leader, and anyone who comes in, you can't ask questions, you can't question the leadership, you can't have your own stance and opinion. That is absolutely cult behavior. And it's also COINTELPRO paid operations. This goes for not only ISUPK, but Israel United in Christ, and all these and GOCC, gatherers of Cain's children, and all these other so-called Israelite groups that are not a part of the UPK.
Yeah.
But other. So go ahead. I hope I answered your question.
I was gonna say something, Uncle. Yeah. As well as that, how should I say? All of these leaders, Nate, Rakar, Johanna, all of them, yeah, it seems like they're dealing with, because it's like in the nation of Israel that they call themselves Israelites, but it's like some of them, they're dealing with sex addictions, they're dealing with money addictions, and they're dealing with power addictions, and all of this stuff, all these Ponzi schemes are give me 10% of your paycheck, you need to pay for the high holy day fees and all of this. All it's doing is feeding their addiction, because black people should not be suffering if Johanna's making $50 million a year. Nate's making $150 a year. Rakar's making what, $20 million a year, like, and then they have the flipping. They're on a 501c3, so that means what, they're exempt from the government and they get government funded. So what they're doing is that they're pocketing.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what
let
I'm
me help
saying.
you. I'm
They're
gonna
pocketing
help
all
you.
this money, and
All right,
then the
okay.
government. And then they're gonna be talking about, if more black people came into this truth and we all came under one banner, then maybe we could help more people. No, but you have the money right there in your disposable income to help the people. Why don't you do it?
Because I'm gonna take you back. I'm gonna help you. All right, because I was in on I was in on one of 3 attempted buyouts of our people, but unfortunately, the area of the COINTELPRO counterintelligence program, one of its divisions, known as the Rosicrucian Order, for years have been spending ample amounts of time trying to buy out the then leadership of various Israelite enclaves
Mm-hmm.
going back 35 to 40 years ago. But unfortunately, in around 1999, they in the mid 1990s, they were able to successfully penetrate, infiltrate, disrupt, and destroy the original Israeli. It was known originally as the Israeli Universal Practical Knowledge sect of the Israelite community. I was in on one of those directly on one of those buyouts at a place known as the House of David. They brought in this Rosicrucian representative, and I'm going to give their Hebrew name. I'll drop their Hebrew names. This was orchestrated by Nathaniel Alagar, Nate, head of IUIC, a dude named Rahab, and a dude named Ayasha. I can't even say brother. They, along with other men, conspired and brought them in. But now, what they offered, if we were to take the buyout, they offered us access to incalculable amounts of monies. All right. They offered us, if you took the deal, you'd be tied into the network or matrix, if you will, where whatever you wanted access to, whether it be a better job or funding of any kind for anything under the 501c3, you would have access to it with ease. Okay. They would, whatever you want to get into, they would finance and back it. The only thing is, you, as the guy indicated, he indicated this here. They will control what goes in and on your organization. You have to you can no longer say the name that the Most High's name is Yahweh. You can no longer say Christ's name is Yahweh Shah. He indicated also that they would give us certain modes of outfit, that we no longer could have our own individual garment and style. That they would supply us with what they wanted us to wear, depending on the degree of what you accepted. That's why you had Nate. He has the Masonic colors of purple and gold. You have, at one time, Tyler Dakia, they wore the red and white. Okay? And you have other enclaves who wear specific colors, assigned and given to them by the government. So, yeah, see, you're right. There are 3 operations that Satan uses when you use it outside of God, the Most High, that is, when you use it outside of the Lord. That's money, power, and beauty or booty. Okay, so what we are seeing now are people who are not qualified, who have rolled over and become apostates of hell, being able to perpetrate this fraud, wearing the proverbial wolves with Israelite clothing on. And yes, they are feeding people's addictions on the low. See, again, this whole ministry was supposed to be simply the Sinners Anonymous, if you will. We all coming in here with certain addictions and when you look at the Bible, it's been going on for centuries. Booty, power, and money. Okay, and let me just clarify what I mean. When you look at David, when he fell to what? His addiction to beauty, because here was one woman took him out, and that was Bathsheba. Then you had King Saul. Rather than him consult with the Lord on the issues that he's supposed to consult with, he consulted with a witch, therefore taking on demonic proclamations and misleading the nation, and he got dealt with. And the third one is easy. Yeah, Judas Iscariot, his lust for money led him to do what? Betray and sell out the Son of God, the Son of the Most High, if you believe that account. So throughout the centuries, booty, power, and money have always been used from a satanic standpoint to take down any moral structure. So what we're looking at right now, again, because I was there, let me articulate what this Rosicrucian agent said at that time. He said, listen, we have almost every black group, including other factions of your Hebrew Israelite movement, under our umbrella. So you might as well come on in. So when you see certain men being put in the forefront, talking about I'm the big granddaddy and you're not in the truth unless you follow me and blah 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 blah, that is all satanic controlled occultism and cultism. You have warlocks and witches running among these organizations, deliberately casting spells on people who don't know the deal. And so by feeding your addiction, by allowing you to come in and you can have certain women at your access, having Passovers where you got celebrities and half-dressed women walking around, that shows you where they're at and who they're working for. Okay, so I hope that gives clarity on what we're dealing with. J. Edgar Hoover's long dead, but the COINTELPRO counterintelligence program is still in effect. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, because it just seems like it's watered down, because it's just like, what it is, they say that all the people in Africa are Hamites. I don't believe that, because I'm in London. It's nothing but, it's either, if you're not Caribbean, you're West African or South African, or parts of it. And obviously we know that, like, the Nigerians, the people from Ghana, the people from Congo, they all have Hebraic customs in their lifestyle. They practice those customs without knowing it, and they have the same genetic structure as us, the E1B1A, the same haplogroup. But the ISUPK especially, they'll say if they're from Africa, they're Hamites and don't deal with them. But they deal with people who look like Carters are. They deal with people who they look like Cesar Chavez and all of these people, and they want to mix our people with Caucasian lookalikes, and they just want to say, oh, if you don't want a Judite sister, if you don't want a Benjamite sister, you don't want a Southern Kingdom sister, go and get yourself a Northern Kingdom sister. And like, I just feel like it's the ISUPK that's feeding this type of self-hatred for black women. It's just like, I don't mind them going to get one of those Hispanic, but why don't you get an Afro-Hispanic sister? Why don't you get a woman that looks like what's this lady that's on TV with the Afro-Dominican sister with I can't remember her name, but why don't you get one of those sisters? No, you want the one that looks like Jennifer Lopez, because that's what it is. It's just another form of white worship. You want to be close to the white man. You're saying that the white man's the devil, but you want to be close to him. Simple as that. There's no other way around it. There is no literally other way around it. Simple as that. Like, you're flipping, you have all of these people in your camp, and then you're having all of these Passovers where you're having strippers and all them people who, yeah, it's just a bunch
Okay, the
of
strippers. Now you're talking about the strippers, the strip club, and all that foolishness. That was they call themselves the
was it
what
the
the
Sakari?
dagger?
The Sakari
Yeah,
that
Sakari. There you go,
yeah.
Sakari. Now again, let me take again. I'm going to repeat again that all these Israelite groups have been infiltrated. They say you'll know a tree by the fruit it produces.
It is,
Okay,
yeah.
but there's nothing new under the sun, because when you go back into the ancient days, you had 7 particular groups of Israelites who promoted the same thing that we see now, and they cut deals. They cut deals with the ruling powers of that time, the Greek and Roman
There was
Empire.
an
Let me name
SCNs.
them. But let me name them.
Yeah.
Let me name them. You had the Pharisees, the Sadducees, the Essenes, the Epicureans, the Stoics, the Hellenists, and barbarians. But now we have to look at the primary 3 or primary 4 out that 7 that definitely followed the law. They put away the Bible, put away what the Lord said do, and went and made and cut deals with the ruling powers. So today, most I'm not afraid to say it, but GOCC, IURC, ISUCK, okay, and all these other vagabond Israelite groups, they are now employing the same philosophy and beliefs of the Pharisees. Most of the Pharisees who dealt with what? Political corruption of the people. They were about if you're not in the truth, or you're not associated with the Lord unless you come under us. And they were browbeating the people, but they were the biggest hypocrites, right along with the Sadducees. But now they push also today in these most of these Israelite groups, they're pushing the law, the beliefs of Epicurus. Now the Epicurean Israelites believed in pursuing, today's name is called hedonism. Hedonism deals with what? That man is not supposed to be confined by discipline or oppression, but you should seek out pleasure in all of its forms, in all of its aspects, and not be confined to just living your life according to a law and a dogma. And when you look at these Israelite groups, this is why you see the rampant, deliberate sexual abuse of women, and I'm going to say men. Okay, there's a lot of colorful LGBT, ABC, bacon, lettuce, tomato that is creeped into these organizations that should not be. Okay, thus producing what? Hellenist beliefs. Because the Hellenists, when you read about their history, they cut a deal with the Greeks and took on their philosophies, walking around here wrestling naked and doing all kinds of things. You know, they believed in orgies and wife swapping, and you got a lot of that that has creeped up into these Israelite, so-called Israelite group. But I'm letting you know where it comes from.
Yeah, no, I was gonna ask you. what? Yeah, stay on that point because I was gonna ask you. Yeah, the anal sex thing. I'm just listen. That is the most filthiest act. That's what porn's. Why would you, as a general of a camp, go and tell the men of your congregation, you can go, oh, it's okay, go and sleep with your wife in the bar. You could get hepatitis, all fecal matter, all of those nasty stuff on that man's penis, and then you're gonna tell that man go and sleep with your wife in the flipping in a vagina. That's how women and men get diseases. Why the back passage is for crap to come out. So why would you, as a conscious leader, tell your congregation that? And because we're sheep, black people are sheep, so we could be easily led. So men that hears Johanna say that, because he's the leader, they're gonna go and do it. So why would you go and even push that? Why would you push that nastiness?
Okay, now here's what I'm going to now as a liberated moderator. I will say this here. I won't sit up here and legislate what is conducive and what is not conducive between two consenting adults in their personal expression of intimacy. However, there are certain things that are just common sense. As you just said a minute, when you look at it anatomically, that is not, a place where, you're supposed to be, entering a woman, period. Okay, let's just get right down to it. Okay, but why is he pushing that? Because again, they are no longer under the laws of the Lord God Almighty, Yahweh. They now are following, again, hedonistic practices under the Epicurean and Hellenist and Pharisee philosophy of how they used to give it up in ancient days. See, again, there's no new thing under the sun. From Caligula and all these other immoral and amoral people that push these things onto our people. That's why when you go to the book of Joel, the Bible, the Lord said when he condemns this society, that he said they even turned a boy into a harlot. And how do you make a boy a harlot, a child a harlot? By what? By buck breaking them. By desecrating their behind parts. So yeah, that's why he's pushing that. Among other things that he's done.
You're talking about Johanna. I know you're talking about Johanna.
Yeah, Johanna. Disgusting. He says some weird shit that's gonna get him in trouble.
Quiet as is kept, Johanna got a little sugar in his tank. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I heard.
He got a little sugar in the tank. He's sweet. He's a sweetheart, posing as a man of God. You understand what I'm saying? He preaches the Bible, but under the secretly. You know what I'm saying? What do they call them in your country?
Down laws. But that's what I'm saying, because I heard he had a case back in the day where he had raped, allegedly he had molested a boy, and the school, the UPK school back in the day, where all the 7 elders, they paid off the family or something like that. This is all allegedly what I had heard, but this is what I'm saying.
Brother, let me stop you. This is not no alleged. It's confirmed. Now, I want to correct you on one thing. There was one brother on that particular, the 7, who had no idea what was transpiring. Okay? But he was definitely aided and abetted by some knowing members of that time. Because I was there the day that boy's father, the boy in question, I was there when his father came to the school, raging, ready to put hands on Johanna. I didn't know at the time what it was about. I will learn about it later. But it's been confirmed, and it's very unfortunate. And it pains me to even talk about it because it's embarrassing. But indeed, this event did transpire. He was 12 years old at the time when this happened to him. But his fate and what he's in, I'll just say this here. It's bad. Okay? But it did that certain members of the UPK eldership of the time, instead of excommunicating him and kicking him out of school, kept him on for whatever reason. And it's disgusting and it's just downright vile. You shy down?
Yeah.
We
No, I
know.
was gonna,
I'll say this quick. I'll let
there's
you get it. Let me say something quick. We know people that actually talk to the victim.
Oh no.
And what he's about now, we ain't gonna discuss it on the air. But that experienced man really destroyed him. We just gonna leave it at that.
And I heard through because I was watching one of your lives as well, and I heard that he was part of these people called Central Command, and they had got a bunch of monies to build up this building in one of the churches, and was it Uncle Yeshaya was one of the construction workers amongst other brothers, and Johanna, apparently allegedly he put the money
Hunter
for
was
himself.
over the construction.
Yeah, so he put the money for himself and then paid the brothers.
That was around in 1993, and nobody got paid. I was a part of that crew, and he didn't give anybody a dime. You dig what I'm saying?
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's bad because you should pay a man for his works. Construction is a hard job.
But my brother, that's what we're trying to articulate to you. That even in the One West structure, the infiltration had already transpired. Okay, I can say this here that I saw things firsthand, and I was speaking out against it, came against it. I got swindled out of my money, and we did it. I did it. Along with other concerned members, we did everything we could to keep the corruption up out of there. But again, we had warlocks and witches that were allowed to come in, and the very structure of morality and discipline that was supposed to be the premise of the organization got deliberately maligned and undermined. But this is not nothing new. All right. But it's just disappointing and embarrassing to have been a part of what was a good thing at one time and was working beautifully, only for the elders of that time to mislead us, get caught up in things they ought not to do, and bent over. I don't mean to be colorful, but they bent over and let the United States government rape them. Just call it what it is.
Well, listen,
It's just that simple.
I'll tell you something about me. I should say I'm from the hood, and if I'm coming in there trying to be righteous, and I was in that school back in the day, and they tried to sleep with my girl, swindle me out my money, try and tell me, because there's this thing about this whole thing with rank, and oh well, I'm over you, so go and stand in the corner like a little kid and don't talk to no one. I'm taking your rank. I would have taken up a gun. I would have taken something and I would have shot that off. Simple as that. Because
you're talking to a man that didn't take none of that BS. I would tell somebody how I felt. Yo, dude, one time, I'm gonna say this. It was Malachi left the school already. This was about late 1996. We was going to the other building. 1941. There was a guy, he kept saying the same word over and over. He must have said the same word like 20 times. I said, my man, do you read the dictionary? Do you know any other words? This cat gonna run back and get one of the so-called officers of the school. And then he said to me, yo, you got accounts. I said, for what? Oh, you disrespecting the brother. I said, I ain't disrespect the brother. I said, yo, man, he kept saying the same word over and over and over and over again. You got counsel. I said, I ain't got no counsel because I ain't coming back. Adios, later. I don't need y'all, bro. That's what I told them cats, man. I told a Negro that claimed to be the comforter, I will kill you, bro. Do you hear me? I told him I would put his ass to death.
Hold on, Yashada. Let me answer a question for Smashing Idol. Smashing Idol. The reason that we're going on this topic, yeah, we did say the premise was Trumpty Dumpty and everything up, but then we did switch up and say it's an open conversation. So this conversation that we're having right now is a very necessary and needs to be discussed. To 1968, the reason that we have to be very careful about the wording we're using and what we say here is because not only do we have adults listening, we also have children. They have their children listening as well. So we have to be very careful what we say, how we say it here.
Yeah.
And also because we want to respect the privacy of the victim. All right. And those
Yeah.
who saw and
Because
those who saw them and those who were bold enough. There was one, we had one family member in here. He put his personal safety was compromised when he was shot. We won't say his name, but he was shot some months ago as he pursued this issue, and the victim sought him out and gave him a one-on-one sit down and revealed everything that transpired. So we have to be careful in 1968 and mindful, okay, of what we say here and how we say it. Okay, you're right about what it actually is, but we can't use that kind of terminology nor descriptive here. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead, Yeshaya. I think you want to say something.
And I want to say this. It's
Yeah.
not about the information. You could come and bring out the information, or whatever topic, because it's an open topic. But when you start throwing shots, talking about they trying to defend, being sarcastic, trying to be on a debate level with us, no, I'm not about to have that. And that's why I ended that. And then when you presenting your information, you're not even presenting correctly because you too mad trying to throw shots at a person and calling it the father when it was the grandfather. So it was just the negative vibe that you was coming with. Instead of just presenting your information on what you feel, you start throwing shots with your information on, oh, they defending this and all this type of stuff. You didn't have to do all that.
yeah, because what it is that that Israelite school it was meant to build you guys up, but it just seems that from when a certain point when the 90s came in and the power started getting into people's head, it's just that they were breaking brothers down, telling grown ass
Well, let
men
me
to
let
go
me.
stand in a corner. What's that
Well,
about?
Hero, let me allow me to let me explain what happened. See, whenever a group or organization that's about self-determination, spiritual refocusing, and succeeding from the rules of the American government, whenever that comes into play, all right, we are considered and have always been considered an STG, security threat group. Now let me explain to you what happened and why things went left. At one time, the Israeli Church of Universal Practical Knowledge was a place to be. It had kinks here and there. And again, we had certain groups that were trying to buy off the leadership of that time for the longest, but they held strong for a minute. But there were three events that put us on the United States government's hit list, and I'm going to articulate what they were. When one Saturday afternoon, you had 100 Israelite brothers deep, 100 of us, at the behest of the Lenox Avenue, 126th Street in Harlem, um, community board, no, community board, and tenants association. They came to our den leadership appealing to us that they needed help getting rid of the drug culture and drug network that had set up shop on that particular block. So one afternoon, 100 of us, arrayed in different garments, we marched on 126th Street, and for the next 2.5 to 3 hours, we shut down the entire block and the entire criminal network that had been bombarding and plaguing that and plague that neighborhood. And no police, nobody got involved as we did what we did. And ABC, NBC, no news agency touched that story. But once we showed that kind of assertive power and determination and focus, that put us on the chopping block. Because why? We shut down a criminal network that was making a lot of people a lot of money. Next, you had a brother named Shia Allah and a sister named Awara. When they made an appearance on the now defunct talk show, Montel Williams, not Montel Jordan, Montel Williams. Yeah, Kamala's Once Upon a Time sugar daddy. That's a cheap shot. But anyway, Montel Williams. When they made their appearance on that show, I and Yashai Doc can both attest to the fact the young people that came through the doors was off the charts. See, once you have young lions and young lionesses at your beck and call, ready to go to action, be called to action, and to act, coming from all walks of life and talents, it's unlimited what we could have been doing. We had well-known former world champion athletes, boxers, their contributions of $5 million to the school alone. But now with the collective efforts of each and every last one of us in different areas, we generated upwards of $10 million. So we had the money. It was right there. But you know what we didn't see? What we didn't see were the inside agents who were already there collecting evidence. But see, once that happened, once those two events happened, the government definitely put us at the top of the STG, security threat group list. But this final event that put the proverbial nail in the coffin, and why the government came down on us so hard, was you had a gentleman by the name of Colin Ferguson. He had been studying with us for 6 months. Colin Ferguson, when you type in that name, you'll find out that he committed mass murder on the Long Island Railroad, killing a number of white victims, and injuring, others. When the police broke down his door to his apartment, and they found that our literature and other personal books and study guides, it was at that moment the then police commissioner named William Bratton said, and I quote, "This is no longer a local matter, but this has now become a federal matter," meaning the federal government, the FBI, and the CIA were now going to be involved. These 3 events is what put us on the chopping block. And that's why you see the madness and the chaos that you see now. They had men that were released from prison, because you had brothers that would go to certain prisons within the tri-state area of New York and other areas and recruit And some of these people were released from prison, but now we find out and look at how they will operate. Now we understand they were released on conditions. They some of them came in there and bought the criminal element, okay, into the school. Why? Because again, once we had our money game up and running, this is what the United States government fears. Not only do they fear we as the children of Israel regaining our spiritual and moral compass, but if you get your economic game going on, they can't control you. See, in order for white supremacy to work, keeping us at the bottom, keeping us enslaved and under the curses of the Lord are imperative. That's why it's not by accident when you look at some of these 99-cent stores or more and some of these these hair shops. They're putting pork and all kinds of other additives into the foods, the hair products that you use, even the brushes. If you're not careful, then you'll pick up a brush and it got boar bristles, pig bristles, and this is all being done deliberately. So understand, that is why you see these vagabond, I'm gonna call them vagabond Israelite groups out here, and the ministry looks like is in tatters right now. It's deliberate. Even Israelite groups in London, where you're at, have been contaminated.
Yeah,
And there's madness going on. Go ahead.
because the ISUPK are over here, the IUIC are over here, GOCC is over here, and basically they all have their own separate. They have their own look. Like basically, they have different versions of different versions of the Bible. Like they just believe in different things, basically. So some of them believe that women, they can wear the pants. Some of them said that, oh no, we don't want women wearing pants. We just want them wearing dresses. Some of them, they say no locks. Some of them will be like, yeah, you can have braids, but not locks. Braids and locks. Some of them like they just, so it's just and they'll say that, well, if you leave this camp, the law's not working with you, and basically, if you are in this camp and you're in IUIC, don't talk to no ISUPK members. Doesn't matter if there is a. Don't talk to no GLCC members. We don't like them. So, and I've seen over there it was what, this year, or it was this year. IUIC and ISUPK got into it like they're gang members. So it's just like, what are you even showing the people then? What, like, you're saying that you're Hebrew Israelites, but you're operating like you're some type of gang. The man just moved the chair to go and get the speaker. The ISUPK brothers, he's lost control, saying that, oh, we're militant. ISUPK is a militant group. The brother just moved the chair to go and get his things. You just moved the chair and threw the guy's speaker, so he's pushed him away. Man started fighting, and then both the groups have started fighting. It's not a good representation, my brothers. I'm not gonna lie, my uncles and my elders. I'm not gonna lie, but it's just like, when I'm seeing these things, it's just like, is this what I'm gonna really be getting myself into? It's just, I try to follow the laws as much as possible, but I don't really deal with these guys because of the rhetoric and just the fuckery that I've seen. Excuse my language, pardon me for swearing. It's just like, I can't really, if I vibe with a brother, I like the brother. It doesn't matter the camp. I'm not into that. I know a righteous person. When I say a righteous person, I know a person who's trying to manipulate the Bible and trying to get his way with what he wants to say. So,
Well, now, brother, this is where we come in and say this here. It's 1968. I'm gonna agree with. This is where now we have to make our own personal relationship with our Maker. You don't need to be a part of no group or organization to do that. You don't need no one's permission to do that. Like the Lord, like the Bible says, one man plant, another man water, but it's the Lord who gives the increase in all aspects of our spiritual development and growth. Because most of these groups have now, these Israelite groups have been, again, have been infiltrated. Because see, not only is it UPK, but you have Israelite groups out of Israel, even in Israel, where you had young men who have come forth talking about how they were sexually abused and raped by clearly undercover and unrepentant, you know, Batchy Boy woodlickers, you know. See, and we now have an awareness of you got a trans man, a woman that is, who's now in a supposed Israelite organization where they've allowed her to walk around as a man and marry one of their sisters in the congregation. So this shows you that a demonic dragnet has definitely permeated and infiltrated all. I won't say all, but just about all these Israelite groups. You have to take an inventory on and be careful who you deal with. Okay.
Yeah.
There's still question marks about what happened to a young woman who was murdered, who was a part of the Israel United in Christ. Her name was Joy Morgan.
Joy Morgan, yeah. She's in London. Yeah, I know the story.
Yes, you know the case. Yeah. There's still big time question marks on what that was and what that was about. And the fact that you have the leadership telling their members to not discuss this issue with her mother to this day. Her mother's still in the dark on what happened to her daughter.
The door, yeah.
That is this shows you what we're dealing with. And you have to be very careful. So go ahead on. Is there anything else you want to know?
Yeah, no, that's about it. Because obviously, I know you guys were the elders. Well, yeah, you guys were the guys back then, and obviously, you guys are elders now. So I just want to obviously hail you guys up with big respect, and you guys keep doing what you're doing. But obviously, I just want to talk to you about some of the various groups because a lot of them, they'll come and try and message me in the inbox and try and. Because they're begging membership and all of that, because obviously they want some Ponzi scheme. They're telling me, oh, you should give your high holy day fee and your money and all of that. And I'm like, no, I'm
Well,
not
again,
giving
that's because that's a cult. But now let me to smash an idol. Listen, I want to just thank you for. You know what? I'm gonna ride off what you're saying by saying this here. Yeah, let me bring the balance up. But be aware, there are those of us trying to do the right thing, smash an idol, but we are far and few in between right about now. The Lord said it was going to come to this, but most of these groups are the more heavily financed, the more, how you say, given the necessary money to do what they're doing, to be where they're at. They are not that good enclave. You got brothers like myself, Ishai, we trying to hold it down, and here it is, we're broke. I got no problem saying it.
No, that's
But it's not by accident, but by grand design. But this is why we say now, from a spiritual standpoint, the Lord is now beginning to shift the paradigm. He can't do it fast enough for me because there are a lot of people who are getting picked off. Their faith is being destroyed. All right, and so when we do these shows here, right? When we come here, we put all these things out there in the hopes that all who are listening, you use your discretion, you be careful who you affiliate yourself with, and understand, don't fall for the skullduggery and trickery and evil that is being government funded by some of these so-called Israelite groups. Period.
But that's what I'm saying. It's good as well what you guys are doing. You're bringing out the truth, because obviously, like, anyone who's gonna tell me that one of my black brothers from West Africa or South Africa, he's not my brother and he's a Hamite, without doing a proper research as to who the Hamites really are, the people, the Kushites, the Niloite people, the Dinkas, the Shillaks, those Tuaregs, the Fulani, those are the Hamites. And the Pygmy people, those are the Canaanites. And then you had the Bantu people from West Africa, South Africa, East Africa. Those Bantu people, those are the Israelites. Anyone who's gonna tell me those Israelite brothers that look like me are Hamites, they are enemies of the people, because it's just like, when we deal with genetics and we deal with those things,
Did the Lord
you
say
know
he
who you're
gonna
talking
gather
to.
his people from
Gather the
the
people
border of
around the
Ethiopia?
four corners of the earth.
Hello,
Yeah,
can you hear me?
simple as that. Yeah, go on.
He said he gonna gather his people from the borders of Ethiopia. Where's Ethiopia? All right, so there ain't no more to say. Don't worry about them, man. They don't determine nothing. This is what I'm trying to tell you. They
Yeah.
don't determine your fate. They don't determine whether you saved or not. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. Leave them alone. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, we gonna end this stream because it
Getting
ain't
late.
late here in New York, but it's late
Yeah,
in London.
London,
It's like
yeah.
almost 1:30 over there, right?
Well, yeah, no, yes, almost.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
so we'll shut it down.
Love you guys.
Thank
Hold on,
thank
hold on, hold on. So now that we're coming to an end, we're now coming to an end. All right. So let me just say this here to all. Before we go, let me give everybody on the panel. You have any parting outlooks, brother Hero?
Oh no, just call me Ammo One. Like Shara, that's my government name. Shara Paris, that's my government name. That's my slave name. Just call me Ammo One. That's my Hebrew name. So
All
yeah.
right, all right.
Yeah. No, I haven't got nothing to say, but we just need to gather ourselves together and let the white power structure government do what they do. We do what we do. We need to get on this Black Wall Street stuff again. Just build up our own businesses, finance it by our own banks, get our own hospitals so that we can fix the people, own schools to educate the people, flipping on supermarkets to feed the people, to nourish their bodies, and that's it, because we're gonna be going through this for the rest, as long as America exists, until when Yahweh Shai and Yahweh brings Yahweh Shai to come back. We'll be going through this. There's always gonna be flipping Democratic presidents, Republican presidents. They're not gonna do anything for us, even if they are black. Even if there was an African American president, it still wouldn't really change anything, because they're working for the power structure. But once we have our own political party, then we can push our agenda, which is the Israelite agenda, or they would say black agenda. So yeah, that's what I gotta say.
All right, thank you very much. And Smashing Idol, do you have anything to say as we part?
Well, I just want to clear the air, you know what I'm saying? Because Lions do need to know, you know what I'm saying? I'm not one of the regular people that just come on, you know what I'm saying, they're trying to scoff and all of that. It ain't even like that, you know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, I figure a lot of this stuff could actually be kind of breezed over if we would just understand, like, instead of trying to, if we gonna get on the political level, right, which is where I've been watching the whole time, but where I honed in the political level, if we were actually following the Torah, we would know that the scriptures tell us not to put a foreigner over us. So after we understand that, you know what I'm saying, then it's up to brothers like us, brothers like you all, you guys have a voice or here on the Lions Den. I would figure that would be the approach, instead of just, like, okay, Harris is a president or Trump. It don't matter if this would have been the same conversation, just a little slight twist different if she the one. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think our people really understand it. Like it's like really based on the Torah. It may sound like I'm trying to come confrontational, but I'm really not. And it may sound like I'm shooting shots, Karima, but I'm really not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that, even though the scriptures tell us, you know what I'm saying, when you come to correct others, you know what I'm saying, they might, you know what I'm saying, they might not they might look at it different, you know what I'm saying. But the honesty of it is, we as a nation, we shouldn't even be worried about this. Actually, we should be worried about like the roles of negotiation and agreement, you know what I'm saying, or like the our own collective efforts and values and stuff as a nation. We got other people that may look like us, but we got, you know, some may say one person is and one person ain't. It is not us. But either way it go, if they not actually trying to teach the children of Israel, right, how to develop a way to their savior, whoever they may be, let's just start there. Whether you believe Yahweh Shai your savior or you believe Yahweh is your savior, you know what I'm saying? We could start there and then we go from there negotiating. Just like the brother is saying, Zephaniah 2:1 also is Amos 3:3. I mean, yeah, I think it's 3:3. How can two walk together except they agree? You know what I'm saying? So when it's all said and done, I'll just be honest. I really feel like that presidential that little candidate thing, it's always something to bring us down. And I'm talking about when, like, well, who was that? Afro-Asiatic or IBM? One of the ox. I apologize if I'm wrong, but one of the ox had brung out that 77%, only 77% of so-called Black Americans. I hope it wasn't none of y'all. You know what I'm saying? That 77% of us had only voted for, I think what they say, Kamala or well, whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? Would show you that they trying to bring some type of separation between us right there. You know what I'm saying? Men worried about money, women worried about independence. I mean, it's simple. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. You know what I'm saying? Let's start trying to find other ways instead of just thinking it's confrontation. Let's just find other ways to try to bring out the facts through the Torah as we can see. Just like Malachi or Micah tells us, we'll have the discernment in the end days to figure out what's right and wrong and who's following Yahweh and who's not. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying?
And thank you very much. And the lioness.
Yeah, I want to respond to that. You feel me? No, it's the fact that nobody have a problem with what you want to bring in, what you study, and none of that. My problem is, don't tell nobody how to live their life and what to study and what they should be talking about. If you want to talk about that, go to your channel, talk about it or whatever. You know what I mean? But that's not why you got your information to the side. It's the way you came up in here and lied and made it seem like people was trying to vouch for the person. When if you would have watched the live yesterday, see, that's what I don't like. When people, and I feel, people's energy, and that's what I do. I give people an opportunity to talk about both sides without being drilled and scolded and told what to do and how to do it. Because everybody don't follow it the way you follow it. Everybody
Hey,
don't study it the way you study.
hey, baby
So
Hebrew.
I'm talking.
When she was
I let,
talking, she's talking.
did I
My
let
bad,
you
my
talk?
bad, my bad, my bad.
And that's the problem. That's the problem. So yesterday I showed both sides of the argument and I showed exactly what you was trying to bring up. So when you come up in here and act like, it's just one-sided biased things, it's not. I don't care about none of the candidates. And I keep stressing that. So when you lie and then you try to present your information, when you're at the courts and the jury is listening to the information, They don't want the information to come out, especially if it's a lie being presented in the information. I don't have a problem with the information being presented, but you were so busy trying to make it seem like somebody was trying to defend her and not let you put out your information. No, that's not the case. But if you're going to lie like that, I'm not going to let you continue to lie and paint a narrative that this is the case. Because like I said, if you was on yesterday, and I keep saying, I want both sides of the argument. And I want people to be able to be comfortable of giving both sides of the argument without somebody trying to stress down their throat of how they feel. So present your information, but don't come on here lying, talking about what somebody doing and they're not. While you present your information. And with the other fella, over and over 3 days in a row, he's been doing that negative back and forth trying to debate his topic that he's pushing in the chat. Nobody's trying to do that. So when it's to a point where somebody's trying to go back and forth and, you know, criticize somebody's information and all that, I'm not trying to have that. You may look at it like, you know, I'm defending somebody. No, I'm not defending her or him. I'm letting both sides of the argument be said. But the person that's defending one side of the argument have a problem with somebody's presenting the other side of the argument. Just because I ain't presenting both at the same time right now, like I did yesterday. Did I not, y'all?
Yes, you did. I was there.
Yes, you
I
did.
not present where the brother says she's not a Hebrew, brought out scriptures and everything, and talked about her in the purple dress? I mean, purple. Did I not bring that out?
You did.
Okay, so don't paint a bad narrative that I'm just trying to defend somebody because I want to be fairly being said. You know, go ahead.
All right, and you shot done. You got any parting shots?
Nope. Just let's cut the show.
All right, so
Great
y'all
show.
gonna cut it.
No, that's not. No, hold, brother, slow down. Come on now. When we do this, we're gonna do it right. We're gonna go out royale. Now, if you don't have any parting shots, I do. You've now been
No, the
thoroughly.
brother want to present his information, I believe.
Okay. Well, you know what? Well, all right. The conversation continues. So we're gonna continue on. If you're shy out, if you want to bow out, you're welcome to. I'll moderate along with
All
the
right, yeah,
lioness.
I'm out.
Okay?
All right,
So
I'm out of here. Later.
all right. Take care. We're gonna continue on. Soul Smashing Idol. The floor is yours. Go to work.
All right. So I just want to get something straight first, right? I didn't come on lying and acting as if anything. I was sitting there watching the chat like I always do, like I did yesterday, even though my lovely sister, she accuses me of not supporting the Lions Den, which is a total bad thing, especially if you were mod. So that's that. Now,
Okay, and wait, hold on. Let's not attack the people in the audience. Let's present your information, because no, they're not here to defend themselves like that.
Just let me
Yeah.
continue, sis. You know
Just
what I'm saying?
present your information.
We all good. So my information was only backing up Mr. JT because my sister, got on him about him saying that she wasn't our people. So I'm like, hey, wow. Well,
See,
this
that's
must
where
be a
you went
perfect
wrong at, because I did not get on him. See, there you go again, saying the same thing. I did not get on him. I allowed him to state his opinion, and I gave my opinion. So yeah, we about to end this one because we starting off wrong already. Which I just stated, like, you know, we can have our own disagreements, but I did not get on him or nothing in that nature. Do you feel I got on you, baby Hebrew?
Okay, well, first of all, no. Let me just
I
say
didn't
this here,
say
right?
baby Hebrew. I said JT.
No, no,
Yeah,
no, but
but
no, but either
I'm
no, hold
asking
on.
both of them
She
because he was
asking both.
here.
So let me.
JT is not here right now. So I'm asking because he was here, and it was basically he saying something about that.
Now I
If
also had
you
wait,
were
wait, I
saying
also
she was
okay.
that, so I made my statement. So I don't know why would he bring
Yeah, I
her
also
up
said
and you
something.
weren't
And
here.
look, let me before we go any further, let me articulate again what we do here in the Lions Den. I'm gonna make sure we understand this. The Lions Den, right? Is a show. This particular segment, the conversation continues. Let me just say this here. I, Yeshaya Dar, we are independent so contractors, so to speak, right? When we come in here, we are coming here and Karima is allowing us to extend our statesmanship to the Lion's Den. But however, there are house rules that we too must observe, and it was established by longtime listener and family member Ian Manor, another woman of the house. And what is Iron Man's rules of this house? When you come to the Lion's Den, you wipe your feet, you mind your manners, conduct yourself in an orderly manner, and enjoy yourself. But even though we are the moderators here, if you, as you can see, Krima does her job of regulating us. Cause see, earlier on, I blew a gasket and I unraveled. But that's supposed to be done. And again, one of the tenets of
Yeah, but it
this.
ain't about that, baby Hebrew. He's basically saying that, you feel me? His topic is her nationality, what color she is. JT wasn't talking about that. You was. Okay. So what I said after you said what you said, you feel me? And then y'all start talking about the voting with Neil. But I said that I believe that she's black. Okay, so let's get to where what's going on instead of thinking that it's about something else.
No, but I think, but what I'm trying to
But he's
establish
saying
still.
he's coming in here to
Okay.
defend you because he said JT, but it really wasn't JT. It was really actually you. You feel me? Because I made a statement saying I understand your point, but you know what I mean. And you said she's this. I said she's this. I want to make it clear because we all don't, agree with, you know what I mean, that she's not black. So I said that she was not black. So he's coming in here, you feel me, saying that I was getting on you, but he said JT, but really it's you. But he
Okay,
said I
well,
got on
that's
you.
and Linus. That's what I'm saying. There's no need to defend me because I wasn't attacked.
I'm
Okay,
trying to tell you.
what?
That's why my question was you attacked
You weren't
JT?
attacking me. I didn't take
That's
it.
what I'm trying to
Also,
say.
and
So
we're not fragile. We're not fragile here. We don't take things personal. Okay, but again, I'm articulating what the house rules are, and also one of the tenets we roll on also now is point counterpoint. There's no right or wrong. So let's not. I don't want to use the word defending me because the lioness wasn't attacking me. I didn't take
no,
it
I ain't have
personally.
no reason to attack you. I just made my statement. I could talk just like everybody else could talk. We all on the panel. So I made my statement and said what I felt that she was. And here I wasn't attacking him, but that's why I said what I said because when he came on here with the defense mode to, you know what I mean, acting like I was so busy trying, me and Neo, so busy trying to, you know what I mean, defend her when it wasn't that the case. You know what I mean? I stay what I stay. You know, certain things that I agree with and certain things I don't agree with. But I don't, that is not necessarily saying that I'm attacking anybody. So I'm not about to go there with you. Goodbye.
Okay, so with that being said, all right. In closing, I want to thank all y'all who joined us tonight on this. Well, from political And then to open discussion, Neo Love, I thank you very much. Jehurun, Sakina Ra, Salayala, Plus Beats, Anatha, Afro-Asiatic, Smashing Idol. Unfortunately, we had to, lay down the hammer. But Kwame, brother Kwame, Dominic Liddell, Cooking with Billy, IBN, 1968, and of course, also one of the ladies of the house, I Am Manna. Okay? And did I miss anyone? I think I missed Hayanaya. We thank you all for your contributions to this discussion. And as always, the conversation will continue. I'm Brother Malachi, along with Yeshaya Dog, ready to talk raw, and the lioness and the one of the house, Sister Karima. We'll be right back at you with another high-powered and in-your-face discussion. But in the meantime, between time, we urge you to study for yourself. Don't just take our word for anything, because there's always 2 to 3 and 4 sides of a story and perspective. Okay? Study and examine things for yourself, because as the Bible says, study to show yourself approved, rightly dividing the word or rightly dividing any information given to you. And I close out in the spirit of Don Cornelius on the Hebrew tip as always, saying, Shalom, peace, Ahab, love, and Napash, guard your soul. And we are up out of here. Bye-bye.
I'll praise you, Most High. Yeah, that sound good, y'all. Hello. What we doing?
Hey, cook that up, Khalid.
We still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still. They said you got the call, they trying to blackball you. Like what they own, bro. You can't blackball a boss. The whole world, they hate Israel. The way you hate your neighbor, might as well pull the trigger on yourself. You know we get excited by the smoke. Every day we casting flesh. Say my treasure stored in heaven, we gon' blow the rest. They disrespecting and we check the bait that causing kept it still. They asking others about my business, but I ain't got no instant miss. See, I still deal with ox direct. Cause your person don't mean you respect. Your outlet don't get no credit if the ox ain't in it. Money answer all things and you got all these questions. Playing Vic, look, I employ slavery. I'll if you broke your head. Yeah, them crews in the hood, Jews in the hood. I caught them clues, now I'm good. I broke it down, he understood my all to you. Filtered through, you found a few, I'm good. We what we sold, this here exclusive. They like, hey, folk, look what you doing. We still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still. Most I told me, be still, give a room to work. Know my movie work. Your faith ain't good, don't put the work in. In the spirit flexing, that my day job. Getting the mode out my own, I don't know what they are. Before I got the blueprint, and I'm too legit to quit. Let it spark in the dark, be a light, got it lit. Trying to map my movement, got my haters pondering. The odds set the question there, they wanna know if you still lit. It hit different, you authentic, a lot of odds pretending. We do it for the Lord, got my own motion, who are you to judge? Put most high first, none above. Tap in the spirit, we locked in, they'll come against your plot. You know Judas said, yeah, we spit them scripts, they barely not. Came on slave ships, then you not black. You know they tell you everything. Isaiah 30:20, yeah, we bad. You see what happened when they tried to rail the train up off the track. False witness, hypocrite. We throw shots back, now they feel hit. Must go get it. We still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me finches hit. My enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, bitch, still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me finches hit. My enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, bitch, still